Okay, here we go. Here we go. Why don't eggs tell jokes? They'd crack each other up. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. This graveyard looks overcrowded. People must be dying to get in. Right, well, I needed a point where the YouTube video starts, and this is gonna be it. I'm still trying to check like levels and stuff because something weird happened with OBS, but I guess we'll just see what happens. Hold on. Whatever. We'll just go for it. Okay, that worked. Oh my god, what a weird opening today. Sorry, probably not from your end, but from mine. I already did the Mirage Isle fish stuff. I got a big enough fish that I don't really care to do anymore, so I'm not doing that anymore. But it's been a week since I've streamed. It's been extremely busy, and then tomorrow I'm busy all day as well. So you know, it's Father's Day weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on, as you'd expect. The music would just stop randomly. Oh no, that's fine. Everything's fine there. Yeah, so it's been pretty busy. I'm actually pretty tired today because we've been out and about. I want to do Kadum in like 5 minutes. That'll be like the opener for today. Nothing too crazy. And then after Kadum, I want to do Hereafter Rebellion, and just I want to get into a bunch of arenas because I gotta get back into that. I'm already tired, which is the best time to do it, clearly. But that's the plan. I don't think there's been any crazy news over the week. I did put out an article on Reddit that talks a little bit about how the enhanced system works in terms of the benefits of it. And there was actually quite a bit of comments there as well that were very important, and I do recommend reading that too. That's on Reddit. You can find it under my profile. I did pin it under my Reddit profile as GamePro03, and then there's like, you know, it's one of the pinned posts under my profile there, right? So pretty good stuff there. I think I mean, the old system is gone, which is something that people are going to have to get used to. So no more 15% additional damage from slashing on leather, for example, right? All that's gone. And it's replaced with a new system, which actually gives you significantly less of a boost. And the whole enhancing portion is almost meant to give you the boost that we had before, the same 15%. But it's over multiple different armor sets, and there's varying actual usefulness in that. It's a whole thing. The too long didn't read is don't worry too much about it. It's not a big deal. It's not going to make endgame armor super OP. They made it look like it was going to be super OP so people would fight for it, but it's really not that crazy. So everybody who's saying it's going to increase the gear gap, it's actually, if anything, decrease the gear gap because people aren't doing this extra 15% more damage, which is, you know, a modifier that actually isn't in the game anymore. So actually, on average, people would be doing less damage to people right now. And the increase to tier 5, Hiram, actually only gives you a 4% boost in weapon damage, which is not to skill damage, right? So there's a whole laundry list of things that people need to not be worried so much about, which is actually kind of nice, and I hope that article kind of talks a little bit about it. Yeah, we're still waiting for, what's it called? For Big Tree. So that's what we're going to do, waiting for that. Anything else? Let's see. So other news, I think that's mainly it. I think that's mainly it. That was the main thing that happened over this week, that I did at least. And for more information on that, it's all in the Reddit post. You can go to the Archeage Research and Development Discord. We can talk about it. You can ask questions and all sorts of that good stuff. And then, gosh, I feel like there is something else that I wanted to mention. Oh, there's like a bunch of stuff that we did like yesterday in terms of research. It's all in the Archeage Research and Development Discord. I'll just read it off because it's actually kind of important, and I don't know, people don't know this stuff, and neither did I. I mean, this is all new as of 6.5. I think it's some of the craziest things in the world. So I'm going to read this off, and I might even highlight this portion because it's kind of interesting random facts, okay? Random facts about 6.5 skill system. Here we go. Is everybody ready? Because I'm definitely not. I'm never ready when I say I am. No way. Here we go. This is what we learned yesterday with some testing between Art and WoW. And Shappy kind of talked in the Discord too and said some fun things. So he's around. Where are we? Okay, here we are. So, first of all of the different innervaith types, they stack with each other. So all of the Innervate versions have a different buff, which all kind of do the same thing. They don't all do the same thing, right? Oh, there's only two versions, right? So these two versions actually stack together, which means you can have 180% reduction in healing effectiveness on somebody if two people target the same person with a different Innervate. That's kind of interesting, and it makes sense because they do actually do different things, right? One is Silence and Snare from the Gale version, and the basic one is Stun and Trip, increase in duration, right? So it makes sense there's two buffs, but yeah, actually minus 180% healing effectiveness, kind of big. All right, number two, let's see here. Number two is all of the different versions of skills that do different damage types, that change the damage type, they actually get affected by the correct debuffs, so that you can't use them anymore. What I mean by that, in better terminology, is that if there's a melee skill that you make do magic damage, it's not going to be disabled anymore by Shackle, it'll be disabled by Silence. And the same thing in the reverse. For example, the regular Hell Spear is disabled by Silence, however the melee version is only disabled by Shackle, so Silence doesn't stop you from using Hell Spear Quake. So kind of interesting, that's something we learned yesterday. However, you can still silence the, where is it? So Occultism, Absorbed Life Force. If you already have an ongoing Flame, Occultism, Absorbed Life Force, which is melee damage, you can silence it to stop the channel, which I believe is just a property of the move of Silence, right? It stops ongoing channels, and this counts as an ongoing channel. So that kind of makes sense there. But it's actually kind of interesting. So like, you know, the ranged version that does range damage of Hellspear, that will only get stopped by Shackle, right, and not by Silence. So it's kind of interesting. It does mean that, you know, it used to be where I could still Hellspear people if they silenced me. Or, I'm sorry, if they shackled me, like I still had something to do. However, now that I'm using the melee version, if somebody shackles me, I'm totally disabled. I can't use melee Absorb Life Force, I can't use Hellspear, I can't use anything almost, right? So it's kind of interesting that that is a thing at the moment, as of 6.5. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, so another cool, interesting thing is that while the Witchcraft melee Earthen Grip is a 13-meter range, it's actually crazy. 13 meters of snare, and it just snares, I think, probably up to 8 people. I don't believe it snares everyone, but we've tested that at one point, and I don't remember if it was a 15-plus target kind of deal. Anyways, it does have a 13-meter range, however, it's in a cone. So it doesn't actually, this description isn't correct. It says all enemies within 13 meters. That's not true. There is a cone in front of you that is the edge of the Earthen Grip, right? So you won't actually affect anybody past that cone. And if I want to show you actually what that cone looks like, I would have to, I'd have to do a bunch of things here, but I can do that. I can show everybody that. Hold on. Gosh, what a system I have here to make this work. It's a really tough system. Here we go. Does it work now? 4K resolution makes this a little bit tougher. So here's the edge of the cone that you guys will see here. Yep, I tested with you, Yooks. That's right. Welcome. Where's my button? There it is. So this is the edge of the cone of melee Earthen Grip. Okay, just it's like that pretty much. And then of course it goes out to 13 meters. This is 5-meter target. Target is 5 meters away. It goes out to like a little over double that rate, or that distance, right? So it's actually quite good. It's just you have to stand at the edge, right? You can't dive deep into the enemy lines and then use Earthen Grip because you only affect the people in front of you, right? So it's fine. I think that's just good to know, essentially. Wait, I did? Oh, I missed the Kadoom pop. Damn. That's a bummer. I was too busy talking about everything. Alright, well, I'm queued up now. We'll see if we get anything. If not, it's not a big deal. Alright, so that's fine. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? The other thing I wanted to talk about from what we learned yesterday is you can't silence a Sunder Earthcast. So it's like, you know, silencing to try to stop a current cast doesn't seem to work on melee abilities, but I want to try that with some other ones, because we tried it with a pin down silence, but I feel like the silence from Witchcraft would still work, because the trait of Witchcraft's ability of literally stillness, right, the way that works, is it cancels all cast time, channel, and ongoing abilities, whereas the, you know, the pin down one might be a little different. That silence might be different. So we gotta kind of test those things again. But anyways, overall, kind of interesting information that came with 6.5. I don't believe we had, like, you know, like Silence would still stop Absorb Life Force Flame, prior to 6.5, or at least we never noticed it, or I never noticed it. Now that there's so many different variants, it's very easy to notice that when you get hit by Shackle, it'll also disable, a melee or ranged version of Hell Spear, or the melee or ranged version of Crippling Mire, or the melee version of Absorb Life Force, and all sorts, all the different ones that come with all the different versions of different skills, right? Through 6.5, the starting update introduced quite a bit of them. So, cool stuff. Right? Yeah, okay. Am I gonna get a Kadoom pop? Is this gonna happen or nah? I don't think so. I think I already missed it, right? Did you end up getting into there, Yux? I'll let you answer. If not, then great. Actually, that's probably better, because I need to use Strength of the Faction for the... You execute? Okay, got it. I need to use Strength of the Faction for the Hereafter Rebellion. Which I've been getting a lot better at. I've noticed what I've been doing wrong, actually. And I didn't think it would be so obvious, but it turns out it is. So part of the reason why I have not been doing so well in specific instances of the Hereafter Rebellion is that So, how do I explain this? You know Altier's ability that allows you to have all of the snipers shoot random targets? When you're fighting the dog, you don't think that's actually something you need, because there's only one target. However, it turns out that's been the difference. I have to push that ability before using, the target everybody on one person. I have to use that every single time, and it actually does do quite a bit more damage, which I'm sure was obvious in my head, but I never actually thought about too much. Now that I've started using that, it's become way, way simpler to do the Hereafter Rebellion. So, if you're having trouble with that, just make sure you're doing it, and you'll see it in a little bit here. If I don't get a Kadoom pop, I'll just go right into the Hereafter Rebellion right now. And then after that, I want to do arenas. So maybe Kadoom isn't... Maybe I don't have to do Kadoom then. I don't really care too much about it. I have everything socketed with my belt, right? Oh, also, over this week, yesterday, actually 2 days ago, I got my dagger up to Mythic. Of course, I would do the dagger first. First of all, I'm going to use this forever now. Dagger main hand forever, actually. Even after they fixed this whole melee damage thing, I actually love this combat so much. Like, it's so much more fun to play this way than I've ever played before, because the combat is so fast. Like, it's a huge deal to me, actually. So I will be using a dagger main hand forever, and because of that, I decided to go for Mythic Dagger. Obviously, it helps a little bit more right now with like 5% more damage. It's not that big of a deal. The extra gem is nice. And then I ended up using 200 scrolls of the, the tier 5 scroll for Haram, and I got it up to Exalted on the 4th try, or 5th try, or whatever that was. I believe 4th try. So yeah, I have an Exalted Dagger, which will make up a little bit for the difference once the damage goes down by about 8%? By about 8%. So in reality, once they fix the bug, I'll be doing 12% less damage with the dagger itself from the dagger's values than I would have currently with a legendary tier 4 dagger. It's a really complex, annoying thing, but my point is that because in the current system with the legendary dagger, I was doing just fine in PvP and just fine in PvE. Once they nerf this, I will still do just fine in everything. So I'm actually quite happy. And I get to keep the gameplay that I actually enjoy, which is really, really speedy, fast stuff. Yeah, so that's a thing that happened. Otherwise, I've been trying to reroll stats, and I've had no luck with that because Serendipity Stones are created by the devil, and that is my life right now, is just spending as much honor as I can to flush it all down the drain, and then, I smile every time I push the flush button because I know that's going to happen. I know this is what's going to be my life now. Every day I'm going to flush down more honor points down the drain because I don't know. What else am I supposed to do, right? I want to get my defense penetration, I want to get my skill damage increase in my ring. I want to get defense penetration in my costume. Oh god, it's a whole thing. And I don't think I'm going to get a Kadoom instance, so let's just go right to the Hereafter Rebellion and get that over with, alright? Cool. That's it. I think that's all of the news, finally. It's like 19 minutes into the stream, probably about 15 after I started talking. So yeah, great, good entrance. I'm gonna cancel Kadum and let's go to the Hereafter Rebellion. I need to actually switch my skills for that. I need to go and put on different. I need to replace occultism with songcraft because that's helped a lot. And then hopefully I don't lose because that's still, even with all of like the good tips with the Hereafter Rebellion, it does still seem to be RNG whether or not he actually kills Cook Kurt. And if he dies, well then, oh well, I lose. That's kind of how that goes. I don't have a club. I can't heal him myself, so I kind of have to rely on songcraft to do it. But I have been using healing him instead of Ode lately, because Ode just doesn't really go off that often anyways. And at least healing him gives 1500 health, which is better than the 400 that I get from Ode. Alright, here we go. We set this up. Man, I'm really tired. Like, I can feel it. I can feel the tiredness seep up into me. Doing arenas will be nice when I'm really tired. Alright, we have this faction buff. We have, let me go put on a loot potion. I've been getting unlucky in terms of the actual drops in Hereafter Rebellion. Not very many sun, what is it? Not very many of the, you know, the gems. Not very many at all of the animas, so I've been able to complete it lately, but I just haven't really been getting the drops that I need, which is unfortunate, but you know what, I still have like 2.5 months to actually do this, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm not in that big of a rush. In fact, me getting the Starlight Arcane crystals out of the way just makes it a lot easier for me, because now I really don't have to worry about it. I'll just do it when I get it, you know, when I get around to it. Okay, here we go. I already did that one. Let's do the dice. Why do I have water in my inventory? Let's get that out of here. And, yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good. Let's try it. Oh, one more thing! Nobody told me, you bastards, but this the achievement glider from the Red Dragon achievement, from doing it X number of times, this is a fucking true glider! This is a true flight glider! Nobody told me! Hello? I've been complaining about True Flight stuff forever, and look at this! This glider goes up! It's our first glider that goes up. Why would anybody ever upgrade this? No one should ever upgrade this glider. That's crazy. You gotta be crazy to do that. Keep your True Flight gliders. It's really good. It's the only one we've got. And it's cool. Alright? Great. Let's go into Hereafter Rebellion. Jeez, I can't believe I didn't know that. I would have been doing Red Dragon even more if I knew that. But nobody told me. And I feel bad. I feel disappointed. I feel betrayed by the community. But that's okay. I think I'll live, I guess. Now I have it, so I mean, you know, there's that. At least I gotta make use of it now. And it'll make getting around in the garden way, way easier with a True Flight glider than it, you know. It's not as good as a dragon on PTS, but I'll make do with it here. Alright, I'm gonna focus for the Hereafter Rebellion. I don't want to mess up. I'd rather that the mess-ups that happen in the Hereafter Rebellion are just due to RNG than anything that I messed up, right? So I'm just going to focus on this. I'll turn up the music a little bit. Not the song, that's just an Aurora background song. Alright, that one works. It's a garden music, why not? Here we go. Oh, I forgot that I need to turn sound back on. Oops. Alright. I don't even go through the gate anymore. I've actually just been AFKing at the beginning. I've had no issues. There's no point in, for me teleporting through the gate. I can just wait. I don't have to be a cheater. Everything works just fine. Even though, you know, everybody's been abusing that, just like all the instant stuff. That's okay. Actually, let me make sure. Yeah, I think we're good. God, did I do everything correctly? Yeah, we're good. I have all the proper equipment. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Also, this is the first time I'm doing Hereafter Rebellion with a Tier 5 Mythic Dagger with slightly more defense penetration. I don't think that's going to make a difference at all. Whatsoever. Not even slightly. But I will feel better because of it, right? I'll feel like I can do better stuff because of it, so we'll see. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking. I gotta focus. Here we go. It's a little laggy. I should probably just go into optimization mode again for the stream. I might. Yeah, I might have to. Optimization mode! Ah! Okay, I hate this, but I gotta do it. Hello, weird-looking spirit at lowest quality. Still a little laggy. That's weird. Alright, you're dead. Sorry, Mount. I gotta move this so I can see my frames. Come here, Kurt. Let's go, buddy. Come on. You have the buff? No, you don't. Whatever. God, it's so hard to see with low quality. I hate it. Okay. Ah! I'm already screwing up, man. Okay, it's fine. It's not the biggest deal in the universe. God. What's going on? There we go. Ugh. It's so... Actually, I don't like optimization mode. I might just suffer to the, I might just suffer with the lower quality. Or with the lower frames. I don't think I can play like this. Ugh. Blah. I don't like it. Get out of here. Okay. This does feel weird. I'm just gonna get this out of there. Whatever. I'm gonna lag a bit on my end. I think it'll be okay. Actually, I'm not doing that well on time. But that's probably just because... well, whatever. I mean, the last few times I haven't been waiting for the door, so I don't think it's that big of a deal, honestly. But I've had so much time left afterwards. It just comes out whether or not I'm going to be lucky, you know? We'll see. Yeah, that's 13 frames though. Ooh. It's pretty bad. I'm gonna go get Altier. Altier. Alright, and then we got the 5 archers. This is 1 archer. I always type it in the chat, but I've started not having to do that. Just remembering. Like a normal person. Just using my memory to remember how many archers I gave myself. I've also used the counter. Right now I'm at 13 living army. I should be at 17 and then I don't need any more archers. Math is fun. Oh god. Alright, I can start doing damage to the catapult. Junking along, 4K too strong. 4K. Who's chunking along? Wait, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Alright, here we go. Got the second archer. 2. Oh. Come on, people. Oh, the frames, yeah. 4K resolution. Well, the 4K isn't a big deal. It's just the stream is making it a little bit tougher. She's chunking along. Yep, that's true. 3 archers. I don't think I'm doing that well on time. Maybe because of the lag, I'm like losing just quarters of seconds to lag and not doing what I should be doing. So I may be like a minute where I should be, a minute off from where I should be. Oh wait, I didn't give myself another archer. There we go. Or not. Where's my archer? My archer. There we go. Wait, somebody died! Oh my god. It's all going to shit. There we go. Okay. So this will be the last two archers here. Because one is dead, so there we go. Good. That's all the archers we need. Let's go for healers. Is there a healer up there? There isn't. Ooh. Okay. I don't want you healed himself. Alright. Where's the dude? Oh. Alright, I need to do this next part in 2 minutes. If I could do this in 2 minutes... I actually don't think I have enough time. Because, I have to kill that last army set, too. So it's gonna be pushing it. No, I'll give myself an extra archer. Let's see, maybe that helps. Mid-fight, I might reset all my dudes. And then I'll just give myself the same 5 archers. Actually, maybe this will work. Maybe this will be okay. 6 archers. We'll have to see. Alright, come here, buddy. Okay, you guys are never going to reach this, so I'm just going to... Okay. And do that. And then do this. And then do that. Wait, Wiggles isn't even doing his thing. What happened? I never enabled Wiggles. It's okay. Wiggles isn't the one doing the damage here. Not for this thing. Wiggles, by the way, is the name of my Herald the Gatekeeper. Alright, 7 minutes. We actually did it in 2 minutes perfectly, so I'm happy with that. I think we're okay on time, but we have 2 more groups we need to kill. And that is the problem. Okay. Oh, crap. No! What happens if you use healing him on an enemy target? Does it just target you instead? Oh, no, we aggroed the other group! Wait, that's actually really bad. I don't know what to do. Looks like we just killed him. But this reduces my time even more. This could actually maybe screw me over. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that didn't waste too much time. The problem is we have to kill this group because we can't get past it just by running. They're all gonna hit me. Good. Do that. Do this. Do this. Do that. Go here. Somebody died, actually. Oh no, nobody died. It's just, I didn't use the last one that I got yet. Alright, 5 minutes. Can you do this in 5 minutes? I actually don't know. 25 living army. I have 1 extra archer than I should. And I also can't get past my own dudes. Okay, there we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. And get off of that, and then do this, and then do this, and then do that, and then do that, and then do that. Starving dog. So first it doesn't ever do anything, really. Alright, he's on me! No, don't do that! Get away! Okay, good. Oh no. Okay, I got the shield buff on him. Still took a lot of damage though. Isn't good. Starving dog again? Okay. He's taking a lot of damage. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to do this actually. Starving dog. Wait, it didn't do it. Oh man, I don't think I can do this. I'm gonna have to do one thing, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. I don't think I'll do it in time. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever I can do. Okay, good. Now, hook Kurt, and then do that, and then do this. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get here. He's not getting affected by the thing. Hmm. Don't die. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Starving dog. It's not giving him the buff. Okay, that time he got the buff, but he still took a ton of damage. I don't know about this. He didn't get the buff, but he didn't take that much damage, thankfully. Where is Cook Kurt? He's over here, right? I think I gave him the buff. I did. Okay, that was good. Yeah, we're good. Oh, everything's fine. Am I gonna actually get the thing, though? I did! Okay. Okay, we're good. Everything's good. We're out of here. We got the Ionod Anima. We did it in perfect time. We got literally 2 minutes left. No issues. And again, I think the main difference is that I was just using the L tiers buff before the big, the strike command, which is, something I never really paid attention to because I didn't think it would actually do that much, but it turns out it just does extra damage. Dagger carried? No, I've been having issues with the dagger too. It is mostly RNG because if Cook Kurt died there at any point, which it got pretty close twice, that part is RNG, I think, because there's not much control I can do over how much damage, pretty much when the dog decides to do his starving dog move versus how much shield he has or how much metal he's gained up. And that's kind of the big deal, because I don't really have that much control over that. I do have control over it, but to actually micromanage it is like crazy, and I don't want to think about it, so. In reality, I don't think the dagger really carried, because I think the... Oh, nice, masonry's out. Sure. In reality, I think the snipers carried. Okay, 4 out of 10. And I still need the wizard tokens. Alright, let's do some arenas. Wait, are people actually in these arenas right now? Oh, I'm in the... Hold on. Sorry, guy. I don't have the right setup. Kadoom took forever, really? I've never seen a Kadoom that would take forever. Let me turn the music back down. Okay, now I have to be on my feet for this too. Alright. Sparring arena. Okay. We're good. We're not. This person isn't queuing. I guess I can go to Glad's, but the problem is that the, for some reason, like, there's no real, what is it? There's no real, like, proper matchmaking with the arenas. So, like, I could queue up against the very top people in the Gladiator arena, which happens all the time, unfortunately. So all of these guys are actually Fanatics and Dark Runners. You know what? I actually wouldn't do too bad. Even with their 17,000 gear score. I actually wouldn't do too bad. It's not like they're plate. Yeah, nobody goes plate like that. Actually, it wouldn't be terrible. What happened to that queue there? So maybe I could do Lads. There were healers up here, though. But even the healers I could do better against because of Observed Life Force. But, to varying degrees. Yeah, here's a healer. How much do they play? Oh, not really that much, actually. They just wanted to get up to this level, I guess. In fact, the only people really playing that much are these top 4. Everybody else here stopped, except for this person. And this person. Everybody else doesn't play too much. So maybe... Oh, and this person. Maybe this will be good. Maybe I can queue Glads. I'll still die a lot, but... could be fun. I could play with my... I'll do slightly more damage. I'll do 8% more damage, because now my dagger is tier 5 mythic instead of tier 4 legendary. Woo! And it's not even 8% more damage. It's 8% more value on the damage that the dagger provides. So in reality, it's more like 6 or 7% more damage on the actual skills themselves. Alright, but this is a balanced arena against a Revenant, so he's going to go plate, and a Revenant is pretty much my counter, so this isn't going to go very well for me, but we can maybe have a good fight at the very least. Hopefully we do. Revenant is tough. I can't believe people are playing Revenant still in the arenas. It's got so much more health than me, though, because of the Armancy, too. Whoa! How did I do that? I had, shit. Oh my god, okay. My turn. Wait, just Flame Bolt? Okay, I'll just sit through that then. Oh, I just whiffed his God's Whip. We're good. Oh crap, it still works. God, I hate Arc Lightning. I'm stunned for so long. He's tripped though, but I need to stun him. And then I need to... Oh, good. Oh no! What? God, the occultism is so good. No! Yeah, he got me. Occultism is very, very good here. Damn. Very, very close fight, though, even though he got all of the first hits off. Insulating Lens. Damn. Damn, he's just jumping all the time. Look at that. He's able to do that really, really well. Damn. Oh, it's because of misses. God, I hate that ability. The way that it works is crazy. Damn it, he's got so much mobility, too. Let's keep him in there. Perfect. What? How did he still get me? I was totally invisible to him. He lost track. Okay, I don't think I got hit by any of those, which is really good for me. Oh. Ah. Oh my god, the slowness. Flame Bolt missed. He got stunned. Man, this Revenant is really good at mobility. Better than I've ever seen Revenants. No, I'm dead. Man, he just had it again, too. God. So much mobility is very, very good. Damn. No, that was really close fights every single time. It's actually very good. Very, very close fights every single time. I think the only difference is that the light, like, he was always hitting Lightning Meteor every single time, and that is what got me. Lightning Meteor is actually an extremely powerful ability, and it's why I liked playing Hellweaver. Hellweaver was awesome back before Swiftblade, and actually playing Runebreaker, which is, again, removing occultism for sorcery, is still a really, really valuable thing because of how powerful Lightning Meteor is. The big problem with Lightning Meteor, the unfortunate truth, is that it's just not that great in raid versus raid, because you'd rather be doing damage if you are a damage skill set. But for somebody who's playing Hellweaver or Runebreaker, you know, just a melee replacing, you know, or using sorcery as an utility, God, it's still really good. You can totally disable tanks, or their healers, or somebody, you know, it's just, there's nothing anybody can do about it. It's just that good. But let's see, maybe I can play against that guy again. I don't think I can beat him, but because his mobility is just so good. I have to play around his magic circle, too. I couldn't even get the Hellspear combos off, because he was just always teleporting around at the beginning. Oh, God. Wait, he's a Revenant, but he wasn't using Void Leap, right? Because he doesn't have Malediction. I got somebody else. Trickster. Trickster is actually really good in these arenas, too. And it's good to finally see people playing Trickster. I wish that they would still swap out Shadowplate for Swiftblade, because then they would do a lot better just damage through defense penetration, but this is still good. Trickster is still very good. Witchcraft is, of course, extremely powerful in 1v1, and of course the game is not balanced around 1v1s at all, so don't ever look at 1v1s as any kind of a thing. But they were a really good place to practice all your hotkeys and skills and everything, so that's kind of the point of it. He didn't go plate. That's very strange. Everybody goes plate. And I don't feel bad, but I kind of have to do it, because everybody else does. See, my mobility is good too, but he didn't use teleport. Not teleport, the Witchcraft one. Yeah, I feel bad. They should have gone plate. Everybody does that. I don't know why he didn't. He even looked at me before the fight began, so he knows. I mean, there is a simple fact that... ooh, you got me with that, didn't you? There is a simple fact that I can disable his abilities completely with Twin Shadow Slash while he's under Instinct, but I haven't actually gotten that off at all during the this particular fight, because I don't think I've needed to. But if he had gone plate too, I might have had to actually think about that. This was just too much damage, unfortunately. Maybe he's trying to practice escaping and kiting without the plate crutch. Maybe, but the problem is that it's not really a crutch in this arena. The arena itself is not really that balanced. It's mostly rock, paper, scissors, right? And if people play towards the rock, paper, scissors, then it makes matches a little bit better, right? If both people play rock, if both people play paper, if both people play scissors, you know, and then you try to, you know, punch each other like that, right? If you both go scissors and then you have to fight like that, or if you both go plate, it makes a lot more sense, and it's a lot more fun to watch those kind of fights too. So it's kind of unfortunate, but that's kind of the meta. Otherwise, I'd just do leather every single time. But there's just not really any point to the buff that you get. There is some point to going cloth because of the reduced debuffs, for sure. You know, and you get a lot more health with plate, and you get a lot more, you know, there's kind of a balanced thing with leather between health and mana, but mana's not really a problem. So, yeah, it's just, you know, everybody does it, so just go the armor type that your opponent is bad against, honestly, or you know, that will do the most damage to your opponent, or whatever, you know what I mean. Just do it because everybody does it, and it makes the fights a little bit longer and more fun, at least. So that's why I've kind of started doing that. Back, like, you know, if you know me from years and years ago, I would never do that. I would always go leather, period, and I would still do fine. But nowadays, you know, because the buffs have become so different and so much more powerful, because of how many skills we have now, honestly, just because of that fact too, you know, people can pump out even more damage per second in general, right? And because of all the changes over time with the arenas, with like the buff differences and stuff, you kind of have to play that way. Now, obviously, I haven't played against a healer yet, and I kind of want to, but I know they don't generally queue up to the sparring arenas. But a healer would be interesting because I have to actually time Absorb Life Force properly, and if I could do that, I should be fine. And maybe not a healer in plate, but in general, it should allow me to do fairly well in those fights. Let's just say that. Yeah, healers have more cast time, that's true, because you don't get the benefits of all of your buffs, right? Yeah, it's not even worth it in many cases, but I don't know. The game isn't about the arenas. The problem is that the arenas reward you with the Curios badges, and it's the only way really to get it other than the Arc Pass. So people need Curios badges, so they gotta go up to, you know, they gotta go into arenas. They have to do it. I know some people will play other classes for the arenas, so instead of, you know, instead, like a healer would queue up as a melee or something, you know, just change out skills and then queue into the sparring arena. I mean, I guess people can do that for sure. Oh my god, all my taxes are going up right now. Let's try Gladiator Arena. Let's see if we can get there. Oh. I don't feel good about this. Suddenly lost all of my... I thought it was going to be like a 2-minute wait, you know. But it's not. Somebody else was queuing. Disciple, Vitalism, Shadowplay, Swiftblade. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just not using Battle Rage as a melee. Still good. Alright, hey, there we go. Literally one of the top 3 people. You know, I've not queued into Gladiator Arenas at all this month. Bam. Top 3 people. This is how it works, guys. There's no matchmaking. But it doesn't matter. You know, I just want my Curios badges. I'll give them a win, who cares? Oh, you got me. What? Wait, was he just pushing Precision Strike? He wasn't even next to me. He was just pushing Precision Strike. Why? Maybe on his screen he was. God, man. Oh, okay, he got me. Oh, or not. Whoa! Okay, well, obviously it's an assassin versus assassin fight, so it's good to know I can still do damage to him. He's gonna start off with the teleport. Wait! No! He's gonna go that way, huh? Let me mark him. Ah! No! I'm dead. Damn it! I couldn't do it! Defiance didn't even go off, man. Ah! Damn it. I actually wanted to pre-do Defiance. Oh, he just queued up too. I feel like just something went wonky there. Maybe he CC'd me without knowing. That was okay. I don't like Assassin versus Assassin. It's too much based on ping and who gets the first crowd control off, unfortunately. It's a little... I mean, I don't know, that's kind of what the game is, right? Oh, I didn't actually have the statue buff for that either. Let's put on the statue buff. Let's see if that makes a difference. Whew, it's a tough fight, that's for sure. Yeah, I think just right at the end I got caught. Yeah, statue buff to win, I know. I mean, I can go nuts. I could even use, assorted ribs. Which I've started crafting now, because it's a little bit cheaper. I kind of want to get more into cooking, too. I've made my own, what are they called? Those food tables, which have been pretty nice. Where are they? Did I put them in my warehouse? I don't know. I have food tables somewhere. So now if we ever need to put down a food table, we can do that. Actually, I don't even know how the food tables really work, because it's my first time doing cooking. And the food table says it has 10 uses, but I feel like an entire raid can use one table. So, does it really not have 10 uses? How does that actually work? I don't quite understand that one. Or does the food table itself have 10 uses, like you can put it down 10 times? That would be crazy. There's no way that's the case, right? Like 99% chance that's not the case. So does it actually just work on raids? It feels like it does. I feel like somebody doesn't have to put down 10 food tables for 100 people, you know? I feel like it's just one. So maybe it's just the description isn't correct for 7 years? I don't know. I don't quite get that. There's someone in Legacy that is infinite food table item? Whoa. What, from like an event? What does that mean, infinite food table? They could just keep putting it down? Is it not as good as a regular food table or something? Because we used to have like different food tables completely, the way that it worked. And they kind of, you know, they've changed that system quite a bit over the years too. So I wouldn't be surprised. Is it gifted to them from a GM because they put out a bunch of tables for new players and stuff? What? People do that? There's no way. That's too strange. Can I be gifted stuff from a GM just because... Oh, dude, I'm going to start putting food tables out for people, and they don't even need it. And then I'm going to put it on a Reddit post, and everybody's going to be like, clap, 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 good job, for some reason. And then I'll get the admiration from the community. And then maybe I, too, will get my own pet sheep, or whatever. I guess Trine has done stuff for the community over the years in terms of, like, unique items or things based on player memes, right? So, I get, you know, there is that. Fair enough. It's crazy because they would put food tables everywhere. At, like, Whale Song. Oh, that's cool. That's good. Good for them. I kind of want to know what the item is. But what item is an infinite food table? So what, did they actually continue doing it? I guess they would, right? Now that they had an infinite food table, they would just keep putting it everywhere. The problem is now one person in one faction has it. You gotta balance it out. You gotta have somebody on the other faction also have it. And then both of these two can become, you know, heroes, so to speak, because they're the people with the infinite food tables. Hey, Laboratory of Gaming. It's good to see you again. 2014, they still play in Kaduna. Well, good for them. It's not even that costly to put down a food table. Oh, I don't know what it's called. Assorted ribs. And then I use it as a material. Here we go. This thing. See, this thing says right here, the table itself holds 10 servings and lasts 1 hour. But it doesn't really, because I've seen an entire raid use a table, so I don't understand. Like, is that just not the correct description? Do food tables actually last just 1 hour and anybody can go eat it at all? No, that's not true. There is some kind of a limit. Because I remember somebody saying in raid, hey, Like, they called out somebody for eating constantly at the food table. Like, one of the Reds were eating at the food table just to waste it. But, I don't understand. I don't get how this works. I should just put down a food table and just start counting, honestly. Just keep using the buff over and over and over again. Except I don't even think you could do that. I think it won't even let you eat from the food table if you already have that buff. Oh, but I could just cancel it with right-click, right? Should we just do it for science? I'll just use one of my food tables. And we'll see how many times I could use the buff. God, there's nobody in the arenas. What happened? I just queued for Gladiator, and then I didn't get anybody else. I want to fight that same guy again. Even though I don't like assassin versus assassin fights, still. Test time? Alright, test time. I gotta find my food table. There it is. They're not terrible to craft anyways. Not if you're crafting everything from base, you know. Alright, let's go somewhere where I don't... Because I need to count all of the uses, so I'm just gonna go to some secluded area. Which I guess I could just go to using my fancy schmancy super glider, right? Huh? Just fly right up and just go up into the sky. Easy. Huh? What was that? Million base. Oh, God. Alright, we have to actually go help with that. But that's in 30 minutes, I think, right? Or did they already start making a raid for him? I don't know. It's in peace, so this should be pretty easy, but I want to get my honor out of it, so we'll go. Alright, but before we do... Oh, I can't use it because it has to be on real ground. Okay. Hold on. Let's go here. Okay, food table. There. Alright, let's see if this works. Maybe it'll be a big waste, but I'm curious. Oh, what was that? Okay, I don't know. Alright, spicy root. So this is for 1 hour. Oh, hey. We have this. Don't eat anything. We're gonna count. Oh, you can eat once. Alright, 1. Okay, go. 2. Oh, I guess I have to push eat a barbecue dish every single time. Can't be used right now. What do you mean? Can I not? I can't actually do it again. And I can't even right-click it. Oh, what a waste. Oh, well. Yeah, it doesn't let you do it twice. I guess that means that the same person... Wait, so that means the same person can't keep eating this table. So whoever said that lied. Call the nation. What? Call the nation here? Right here. I'd rather just put down the other food table that I have, because they're really not that bad to make. Let's just go... I'm just gonna go put a food table down for some reason. At the event. It's much easier that way. And then we'll just count how many people use it. Super easy. It's totally unnecessary. Maybe I will start doing that. I will be that person who puts down food tables everywhere, constantly. And then everybody will be like, wow, thanks. And I'll be like, no problem. And then maybe a GM or CM will notice and be like, oh yeah, okay, let's give him an infinite food table. I can't believe that happened, to be honest. I'm kind of surprised. Oh, Kaleida made a raid for it. Alright, we're gonna put down this food table. We're gonna start counting. Kaleida, I don't know how to say their name, honestly. Okay, we have an hour, right? So I could just put down the food table here. Okay. I need to do that, right? Oh, I have to put it on real ground. On real ground. Okay, real ground. Doing a test. Everyone eat from this food table, please. Alright, so this food table is 0 uses. Okay, we gotta... Well, you gotta count with me, okay? But like in your head, not in chat or anything. It lets you take it again? Wait, really? Oh, on the new table I can use it again? Wow. Okay, I might. Alright, 1. 1 use. You didn't do it again, right? I'm gonna do it again. 2. You should do it again too, Well. 3. Okay, that's 3. Alright, come on. Just eat something. Just eat. Just eat the food. It's right there. I know you're looking at it. Push F. Come on. No, I'm... Okay. Oh, 4, 5, right? 4. Okay, 4. 5. I gotta count. I don't want to explain. 6. Come on. Just do it. You know you want to. 6, 6, 6, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8. We're at 8. Oh my god. 8. Alright, what are we at? Alright, no problem. You're welcome, guy. I'm gonna summon my siege tank after this. We're at 8 though. Alright, everybody eat. Jesus. Come on, people, it's just food. Look at that. Look at how happy this pig is. Wow, that is a wooden pig, isn't it? Jeez. That is not a real pig. That is the most wooden pig I've ever seen. Don't eat that pig. Alright, we're at 8, right? Better than ribs. Yeah, totally. Don't use your ribs, people. I'm saving you so much by giving you this table. Saving you 8 gold. This person doesn't want to use it, though. What's the test? Oh. Okay, everybody come over here. Right on grass. So, okay, there's 8, right? So only 2 more people should be able to use this, theoretically. By the description, which, again, I've never put down a food table before. So I've never done this. I'd always let somebody else do it. Oh, it's gone! That was 9, though. That was 9. That was... Wait, no. Unless there was somebody else who did it. Miscounted? There's no way. How did we miscount? Oh, you know what? Someone may have pushed it, like the button, but they didn't actually take anything from the table. Check the VOD? Yeah, we'll check the VOD. No, I think that was 9. Yeah, Khaled is also PMing me and saying, wait, what are you testing? I told him, I'm just making sure it's still 10. But we just got 9. I'm so confused. Maybe like NanoCat pushed it but didn't actually take anything? That's possible, right? Damn, we'll never know. It screwed up the whole test. Okay, but we know that it definitely goes away after 10. Or at least something like that. So whatever, I think it's still a good test. So ridiculous. So silly. Oh, we actually have 2 minutes before this starts, not 30. Alright, great. We can get to other stuff faster. Let's just do this really quick. Where's my siege tank? There we go. Alright, I'm setting up for this thing. Everything is good. Alright, well, anyways, we got people sitting in the background. Guys, if there's any lurkers here, any new returning players, you guys have any questions about Archeage, please feel free to ask those questions. We as a community would be more than happy to answer. And again, there's no real noob questions in Archeage. Literally everything in Archeage is meant to be hard to understand, and you have to like spend hours trying to learn stuff. So Like, even if you're just trying to get into some kind of proficiency, please ask questions. Don't feel like some kind of a question is a new question. We're here to help, or at least I'm here to help answer questions and make the game a little bit more interesting and fun for you guys. If you guys want to theory craft about builds, talk about different, equipment and stuff, this is the right time to do that. This is exactly why I am streaming. So, hey, Yux, you redeemed the the silly emote. Nice. All the different kinds of emotes. What do they have this month, anyways, for the variations of redeeming emotes? Let's see. What do they got? I want to modify a single emote, and I want to... Oh, they have Pride Fam. That's cool. They have a Feather Boa, which is also Pride thing. I think that's it. That's all they've got this month. Oh my god, they have a Unicorn, but it doesn't really look that great on Cody. Unicorn isn't that great. The Pride Fan, yeah. What type of shield should I use in Garden Bosses? Physical defense. Oh, in Garden Bosses? Sorry, Kaleido was saying, this game is so painfully undocumented. Oh, totally. God, I want the wiki back. What type of shield should we use against Garden Bosses? Yeah, I think it depends on the boss, because the Shark Monkey guy, I feel like he does more physical damage, right? However, Casphere is, like, definitely a lot of magic damage. The most I can say is that if you're kind of 50% on both physical and magic defenses, you should be okay. But if you're like a plate build and you only have 20% magic defense, that might be a problem. But if you can just get about 50% for each one, it should be okay. Because those mobs, and the bosses, they don't have defense penetration. If you start scaling up even more than 50%, you're going to need so much more physical and magic defense to just do that, because it kind of rounds off at the very highest tiers. So, I don't know the answer for you based on your build, Laboratory of Gaming, but just try to shoot for 50% damage mitigation on both, and I think you should be okay. If you're fighting a specific boss and you've got 2 different shields, maybe it's just based on which boss you're fighting. But if you don't have 2 different shields and you're really kind of focused on what kind of shield you want, just for that purpose, which is weird. That would be a weird question then. You must have 2 shields in that case, don't you? You wouldn't be asking that question if you didn't have 2 shields. Oh god, Piomi really needs healing. Holy crap. Wow. Wow, heal Piomi. Give him Resurgence constantly. Oh, and that one works too. Did we kill this? No, not yet. Does that help at all, Laboratory Gaming? If you're at over 50% on both, and now you're wondering what shield, I would think magic more than physical. And the reason for that is because you could at least block and parry physical attacks, but those magic attacks that you get and receive, you're not blocking parrying anything there. So because of that, if you're already over 50%, and you have 2 shields, and you're just wondering which one to use, I would probably say magic, because for a lot of the bosses, that's not something you can mitigate through block and parry, or evasion, or anything like that, and it might make a little bit more sense to go magic shield, just for a little bit more defense against that stuff. I think that's a smart answer, right? I don't really know, I've never thought about this question before, but I think that makes the most amount of sense. Because for the Shark Monkey boss, I've definitely parried and blocked stuff. But the Ice Serpent, no way. Definitely not. Perfect answer, okay, cool. But then I'm happy. How much more siege ammo do I have? Am I doing a good thing here? I am. I got 300 more. Fine. Alright, I don't know if that's gonna hit it. Let's see. No, it actually doesn't hit it. Okay. Okay. Alright. I guess I could just hit the middle one. Actually, I kind of... sorry, I just saw the cooking dude and it just reminded me. I'm actually still kind of laughing at the fact that only 9 servings went out. We must have missed one. Or that person, like NanoCat, just pushed the button F but didn't actually select a meal, which I guess uses one? That's weird. What a strange thing, but... Because that means that, like, they kind of missed out then. There's no way to... That's just what a weird system. Okay. It's good to know, I guess. Oh, wait. What happens if you push the button, walk away, and don't take anything? Can you push the button again after like a minute or something? Maybe that's how people abuse it and eat up all of the food on the dish, or food on the plate. Well, I guess I have to make a few more and keep testing stuff later. I don't know. I've not really messed with the food tables at all. Even since they're, I mean, they've been in the game for as long as I can remember. I just never really got into cooking. I'd always do other stuff. But now, this time, I am actually kind of getting into cooking, because I want to make all of my own consumables. And because consumables, you know, there's only like 4. You know, it's much easier to get into consumables now and make them, because you just need a few ingredients, and you can just mass produce them really easily off of a, you know, a specific house. What if more than 10 people hit the button and don't consume the button? So maybe 50 people can have the UI element and then get the boof? Maybe. Yeah, if we get back into mass testing, that's something we want to mass test with 50 people. And see if we can somehow get all 50 people to get the food table if they just do it instantly, right? That is definitely a question. See, if people mass tested more, I feel like we'd be in a better position. But people don't really do mass testing, so nobody really understands the way that the game mechanics work. Nobody gets all of their guild members, you know, 50 people together and said, okay, let's try stuff. Let's try breaking the game. Nobody's done that, really. And unfortunately, because of that, we haven't really understood a lot of the game mechanics. The one time we did mass testing, like a true mass testing with, I think it was 30 people, the one time we did that, we learned so much stuff about the actual game mechanics, about the way that it works, the way that everything is fine-tuned. And that was just off of like a 2-hour session. It was very quick. And we just learned everything. We learned so much stuff. But that was back in like 3.0, 3.5, and who knows if that's changed. And if you want to learn all those facts, I've talked about them a lot just randomly. But they are in the Archeage Research and Development Discord. They're under announcements. There's a page of like all the links, and there's like a mass testing initiative, and it's there somewhere. It's in there. I wish we had a wiki. I wish we had a wiki where we could store information officially accessible in game, and then I could just lob all the stuff up there under GamePro's Corner. And not even that. I wouldn't do that obviously, because I don't want to really take the merit for this. I just want it to be around forever. So I would put it under like I don't know, discovered mechanics or unique mechanics or something, like a page like that, and then just have it there. People can actually look at it and learn about the game and feel a little bit, you know, more educated about stuff and understand positioning way more. Healers might go last into a battle because they don't want to load on the enemy's screen first, right? Because they don't want to get hit by stuff during an AoE. It'd be really cool if actually people had to think about that sort of thing, but nobody really does because they don't know. And you have to go through YouTube videos, you have to search everything, and like, you'll never learn this stuff, right? Unless you are looking specifically for a specific topic. And that's the problem. So at least a wiki page of, hey, here's all the crazy mechanics right here, and then you get like tea or popcorn, and you just sit down and you read them. And you're like, holy crap, this game's crazy, right? I feel like that would generate so much more interest in the game with so many unique mechanics, and people would be inclined to learn more and to test even crazier things. All right, sorry, what's happening? What is going on in chat here? Okay. Are we good? Okay, I think the raid is disbanded now. Good. We're out of there. Alright, we gotta make some more food tables now. I'm actually running out. What do I need for food table? Table. Ah, God. Cooking. Oh, I only need 10 lumber. We're fine. I'll do it later. I don't know. I don't really use food tables anyways. I just kind of had them. I guess I use them in a good way to test stuff. Alright, what now? What do we want to do? Anything else going on? Nori, Serp. I already did Hereafter Rebellion. I guess we could just keep queuing up for drill camps, right? Not drill camp. I don't know if I want to do drill camp. Let's see. Oh, there's actually a lot of people queued up, but 8, 8, 3. Yeah, this is suspect. With a level 45 and a level 55, yeah, these guys are queuing up against each other. I would just get kicked if I joined. That's really stupid. Wait, what if I do that? What if I join and I get kicked? And then I have video evidence. Oh, you know what sucks? Guys, God, reporting something off a stream was the worst thing I've ever done. I'm just going to say it outright. I really do not like the customer service right now in terms of trying to report stuff from a stream. Because I have to, like... God, it's impossible. I don't record my stream, because if I did, it would, like, destroy my computer. Because it's... I don't know, my computer has some issues, I guess, with recording and the page files necessary. I'm not really sure yet. But, so, like, you know, remember a little while ago on stream, like 2 months ago on stream, we found people who were botting? It took me 2 months until I could finally get, like, an actual video that they wanted in their format together for it. Because, like, they needed the actual file, which I kind of get that they do. They need the file to keep it documented. Totally understand that. But I'd have to go and, like, download my own stream, and then cut out the portion that I need, and then re-upload it over to them directly, and, oh god, it was a nightmare, and in the whole process of me just trying to actually record, I did almost destroy my computer. I really didn't have a great time there. So if I went into this arena right now, and caught people who were queuing against their alts, because I would get kicked right away, because they don't want to see me doing that, you know, especially on stream, like, it wouldn't, I don't know, it's just, it wouldn't, nobody would get, I don't know, I haven't seen positive results there. I've had more positive results with just pictures than I have with, like, full screen pictures than I have with recordings, so I don't even want to deal with it, honestly. It's kind of weird, but it's just kind of the way it is, unfortunately. Alright. Oh, wait, I want to do Drench Arena. Wait, can people actually queue for Drenched Arena? Wow, do you want to queue for Drenched Arena? Anybody in chat want to queue for Drenching Arena? Everybody queue, right now. Let's go, on NA. We'll play a video game. Like, nobody even does this. But I need to do it. Like, I actually want to do it. Not even need. You can soon, waiting for food. Okay. Well, I probably won't get in one anyways right now. It's like, because of 6.5 and the timing, and the fact that everybody's in the garden so they can't even read Nation chat, because of everything going on, people have just kind of forgot that the Drenching Arena is a thing at the moment. Which, I mean, I totally get. I forgot that the Drenching Arena was a thing. I totally forgot. And it's only here for, like, a little while longer, from what I understand. Or at least a couple more weeks or something. And yet, everybody's just kind of forgot. Oh, yeah, that was the thing. Totally missed it. Forgot, you know, could have gotten a little bit more honor, but it didn't. By the way, the reason I'm not taking this quest and finishing it is because I want to turn it in while I have the 8-hour buff, or the 5-hour honor pot buff, and the 50% pot. So this one plus this one. And I turn this in at the same time that I do all of my blue salt bonds. You know, so I just turn them all in together. I get a little bit more honor out of it. About 150% more than I would normally. Plus this buff as well, the don't give up buff, which gives 10% more honor in quests. So it's actually really good. 160% more honor than I would normally get. And if you're not like super starving on hunger, or if you're not super starving on honor, I recommend doing the same thing, just because you get more value out of it. Alrighty, what are we doing? Should we try Sparring Arena? I'll lose all my buffs right now, but I can go back to the statue and re-get it again if I need it. Oh, you know what I should have done? Anytime somebody teleports, I just need to save shadow stuff for that. That's it. Just use Shadow Step. Very simple. Shadow Step is my counter to teleport, and I need to keep that in mind. So, like, if they suddenly leave the screen, they are most likely still in the range of Shadow Step. Although Shadow Step is only 18 meters, whereas a teleport could be, you know, theoretically put them outside that. Maybe that's not the counter. But it's like, it's my only thing I can do, honestly. Because they might teleport and I wouldn't even know where they are, especially if they use the invisible version of Blink. Which, in all those arenas I've been fighting, this Blink does not seem to have been working. Like, I would blink, but they would still have me targeted, or I'd blink, and, I don't know, like, spells would still hit me, even though they were in casting, which, that one makes sense, but, or they keep casting even if I should be invisible? I don't know. The good thing is I can go back into VOD and I can figure it out later. I can see what was going on. We're not getting anybody. Gladiator Arena? Oh, we got something. Let's see if they actually push the button. You're not pushing the button. How's everybody AFK? Oh, there we go. Alright, what 16,000 gear score did we get this time? Last time it was a Dark Runner. This time, it's a Spiritualist. With, 12,000. The Spiritualist is actually really good. Again, Aromancy is a great counter to me, and they have the sorcery that they need, as well as Malediction. Malediction could be a huge problem for me. We'll have to see how this goes. They have a lot of crowd control that actually works really well against me specifically. And Aromancy is just good in general for mobility. They are in cloth, though. And I am in leather. But they have 50k HP! What?! It's a Stam build! This guy's a tank! Hey, it can't be, right? Oh my god. Oh my god, what is going on? It is a Stam build. Holy shit. I have not seen a Stam build like that before. No! Ah. Okay. Wow. That is just... That's a lot of health. Holy crap. I mean, it makes sense. He's a Stam build, so he's not doing that much damage to me. He's not just one-shotting me. But 50k health at 12k. Jeez. With cloth, not even plate. Oh, gotta hate that. Oh, good, I dodged that. Yay! Nope, that's not good. Oh, I actually love that. I love the fact that he's using that. It's amazing. Oh, did he get stunned? Oh, he did! Go back! Insulating lens, I stopped. Okay. How do I explain that? Oh, he just has a Stam build. It's not super crazy. His build isn't meant for damage. He's mostly a tank. Most likely he's in the arena right now just because he is trying to get some kills. So he's gone a little bit of a different build than his normal tanky build. Most likely this person plays Skull Knight or something. But for this particular situation is playing a spellcasting just to try to maximize their damage, and they're hoping just to stay alive long enough to be able to kill me. That's pretty much it. I don't think it's anything too crazy. Just a Stam build. They didn't have any buffs on them either. I mean, it is remarkable, the fact that they didn't have any buffs on them, and they were still able to do that. get nearly 50k HP. In fact, that is remarkable, period. The fact that they did that is just amazing. I don't think Colossus even has, or Shappy even has that with his builds. Yeah, let me ask him. Hold on. Let me actually ask Shappy. No, but Shappy's a plate build. Of course he's going to have that much HP. This guy's in cloth. So they don't get as much of the buff from the legendary, the cloth buff. Doesn't give them that much HP. Right, a cloth buff at legendary only gives... well, plate gives a ton. Cloth gives 10k. Oh, mine is 11. I guess plate would be 12. I don't know. I guess it's pretty close. Do you want to still queue? No, you're good. You're good about it. You don't have to queue. Oh, you mean for Drenching Arena? Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in that arena, unfortunately. I'll try fighting that guy again. It might be the same person. Dang. Malediction is really good, too. Malediction is so good, because I noticed very clearly when they used Ring Toss against me. The good thing about Ring Toss is, 28-second cooldown. They pretty much only get one chance to use it. This guy's from Tyrannos. I was thinking maybe they were on, like, Jurgen or something, and I might be able to find them in the, in the rankings list for gear. But I don't think so. They switched their build now. Now they're a Fnatic, so there you go. They took out Armance and put in Shadowplay. So yeah, this person I think is just messing around with their build, which is perfectly good. I think it's actually very good, the fact that they're playing different builds like that. Fnatic will be a little bit tougher for me, because, honestly, I'm not really sure why. In fact, I'd say Armancy would have been better. Let's see how they go. Maybe they'll do something that I'm not thinking of. Oh, they're maximizing their damage with Stalker's Mark. That's why. God. Ah! Stop it! Good. So I stopped him from using Arc Lightning. He was trying to get away to use Arc Lightning. I totally get that, but against melee, there's so many different gap closers that, like I always save Hammer Toss if I can too. Oh, plus because they went Shadowplay. Oh, they know where I am. Oh god, that's still gonna hit me, isn't it? Oh, it didn't! Nice! Amazing! I didn't get hit by the, oh, I'm dead. Oh my god! Look at how much burst damage that is. Ah! Oh, and they have 6. No! Oh god. They had 6 teleports! I would have just spammed it if I was them, but I know they were trying to save it for later. So I get that. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think Shadowplay was a good idea there against me. But maybe they're just messing with builds. I doubt they're changing builds just because of me. The problem with Shadowplay is that a lot of the abilities will cause parry. And because of parry on me, I get to reset, it resets my Battle Rage abilities so I can continue doing other stuff. In fact, in that first fight, I had used I had used Hammer Toss while they were inside of the Boneyard, because I didn't want them doing anything, right? I actually wanted a chance to put down Sunder Earth. So I already used my Hammer Toss, but because they reset it somehow, I was able to use it again at the end of the fight, which kind of, won that for me. Otherwise, they would have gotten the Arc Lightning off and theoretically might have killed me, right? So I think in their build against me, Aromancy would be better. Aromancy is like a really good hard counter versus me, just because of like the mobility that you get out of it, the fact that you can kind of reduce a little bit of burst damage. I mean, it's nice. It's just like the passives are extremely good. You can proc invincibility for a little while. Aromancy is just really, really good for keeping yourself alive, right? Let's try Sparring Arena again. See if anybody's in there. Oh wait, I've also had this buff on, so I've actually had a little bit more health than I would have. But the melee attack isn't a big deal. The health is, but I don't think I got ever below 2.1k health. So, and they don't do any max damage related or max health related skills based on percentage of health or anything. So I don't think that the barbecue that I have on made too much of a difference. In fact, actually, before I did the gladiator arenas, I wanted to clear that buff with sparring, and then I just forgot that there was no queue for sparring, or like nobody queued up, and there still isn't. Yeah, there still isn't. That's a bummer. Oh well. Well, while we're in chat, if there's anybody in chat who does have any questions about the game, wants to learn a little bit more about Archeage, please feel free to ask questions. Anything you guys are trying to figure out or want to learn more about, or if you guys just have any questions in general about specific systems, this is a really good place to ask those questions and learn stuff, and we can test things on stream. You know, this is kind of the point. This is why I stream anyways, so please take advantage of that fact. And in the meantime, should we go to this? Wow, are you going to this raid? I kind of want to, but I don't want to do it on stream, so I'm not gonna. Turn my quest. No, I already told you I'm not gonna. I'm waiting. In fact, I gotta go back and check the board for the Blue Salt Bond quests. Let me see. Yeah, go do that. With that raid. Yips. No, I'm not gonna. Fine. I don't want to do it while streaming. Because then everybody will be like, oh, it's your fault. And it is. I totally get that. Even though it might not be. I'll still take the blame for it. Not that there aren't East alts on every faction. You know, including pirates. Board. Ah, never mind. Resets in 5 hours, 25 minutes. So, which one am I missing? Maybe I'll do them anyways. Oh, I'm missing 4. Oh, I need that one. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait until the boards are where I want them to be. How much honor do I have? 18. Hey, we got a sparring arena. Are they gonna queue up though? Are they gonna push the button? No. Of course not. That would be too easy. Also, I gotta start doing the Noriette challenge again. I don't want to work on these earrings because they're so expensive, and the actual gain out of it is so small compared to the cost. Like, I'd rather put all my money into weapons and stuff instead of these earrings. And of course, you know, the ring, right? But it would be nice to have an extra stat. What can you get on the ring besides defense penetration? Oh, skill damage. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? But for that, I have to get it up to tier 3. Which is like a whole crazy amount of effort I don't want to go through. What else can we get there? Radiant Aeronor ring. This person got an Aeronor ring. Okay. 4 stats, though. Pog. Yeah, just skill damage, I guess. What about for earrings? Earrings, you can get max health. Ah, yeah, I would totally do that. Or evasion. That seems like the one most people would take instead. Physical defense. Evasion. This seems like... oh, aimbot. I know this guy. He pops in on the stream. Sometimes we do the library together. I feel like they're still trying to re-roll their earring, though. Alright, am I gonna get this? Yes, no, maybe. Oh, we did. Okay. For sparring arena, so this is balanced arena. Or, you know, at least as balanced as it can get. That's fine. So it's a 1v1. It's not a big deal. Fnatic, a different person though. Man, Fnatic is just so good. It really is. I'd still say against me, Aromancy is better, but overall, like the stuff you can do with Fnatic is really fun. I just like Malediction, honestly. Malediction is really, really cool. I don't like how powerful Crushing Waves is, but overall, like, I do like the way that it plays. Alright, let's see how this goes. They've got a lot more health than me. Oh, they already used Ring Toss. Wow. What a choice. And they're already using... What? That's weird. God, they don't even have to think, because it just goes in every direction. Oh! Oh god, they used Ring Toss again, actually. Interesting. Oh, miss! Oh god, the evasion. No! Ah, that's it, I'm dead. I could do that, but I'm dead anyways. Serpent's Key. Ah, god, yeah. I don't like how much damage the... and they nerf it like crazy later, but I don't like how much damage currently Serpent's Glare does. It's just... ugh. It is really crazy. How did that work? Oh, God. God damn it. Look at it! They don't even have to think. It just... it always hits me. It doesn't matter. I don't like that skill. But everything else in it is really fun. I really like Malediction for everything else that it offers, but like, that one thing, ugh. It's really annoying. There's not really any counter to the way that it plays. Ugh. The second one went well just because I was able to avoid a lot of damage. A lot of his lightning meteors didn't hit. Most of his stuff just didn't really hit me, but always Crushing Waves hits. Always. There's not really much you could do against that. Yes! Perfect. Or not. You know. Alright, 60% damage reduction. Or, I'm sorry, accuracy reduction. Oh! No! Screw you! Damn you. That's it, I'm dead. There's not really any counter to that, right? Yeah, I lost. No! God damn it. I can't keep up with this, unfortunately. Yeah. So much teleporting, dude. It's really hard to fight against that. But, it's the Crushing Waves mostly, but he was able to get me in, the stone, which is weird, actually, because I had crowd controlled him right before the serpent thing went off. So actually, that shouldn't have connected. Unless he didn't get crowd control. That was a little weird. Because I had timed the crowd control right when that was going to go off. Because I didn't want to get petrified. But unfortunately, the petrify still went off. I'll have to look back and see exactly what happened there. Because that was a little bit flawed. My plan was ruined by who knows what. Let's try fighting him again. Ugh. Really, it's just the teleports. The ability to teleport constantly is really, really good. And people really undervalue how powerful Void Search is, but I don't think he used Void Search there. I don't think he was using Void Search. I think he was just using, no, he must have been using Void Search. He's teleporting too much. Or he's just lagging, but I really doubt that that's a... I really doubt that it's lag. Yeah, he only has Magic Circle and Void Surge, so he must be using Void Surge, and I'm just not noticing it. I have an idea. No, it didn't. Fuck it. I lost. God, look at it. It's just impossible. And I don't do any damage to him. It's just the merit there is just crazy how much damage I don't do. Okay, hold on. Okay, I was able to avoid that, which is nice at least. Oh, that didn't hit! Because he didn't see where I was. Okay, that's good to know. Look how much he's relying, though, on one ability. Okay, we're fine. Oh, jeez. Yeah, right at the end there, I don't think he had anything else he could use, so he was just crushing waves. But it wasn't a good time for crushing waves, because I wasn't actually, like, he wasn't guaranteeing damage. Oh! That's fine. Come here. Ah. No. No. Oh my god. Come on. Nah, okay. I can't. Ah, that missed. But he missed his ability too. No, come on. I can't keep up. This is really hard. Target's facing the wrong direction. Get out of here. Damn it. I don't know, man. I don't know how he's teleporting so much. I actually have no idea. It must be Void Surge. Or lag. He only has 2 teleports. Or he's just running, honestly. It might be just lagging and running. Okay, I got through his insulating lens, which is nice. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Oh my god. I'm dead. Oh my god. No, he's locked me down completely. Oh my god, wait, he used Shadow. He used the Shadow thing. He used the Assassin... Oh, but you know what? It only worked for a second, which is such a split second, actually, in combat. So he only did it really to drop aggro. But he didn't have the Malediction stacks, the Hatred stacks to actually stop me from targeting him. That's why I was able to use Twin Shadow Slash at the end. But his timing for... I mean, that's all that he could do, really, is to pop that. He didn't really have much other choice. He was just hoping to get the last 1,000 more damage than he needed to win, right? Ugh. A tough fight. Let's see if we can get him again. Yes, no, maybe. Actually, I don't even know what ranking they were. Yeah, well. What ranking were they? Am I fighting against people at the very top of the leaderboard again? What ranking am I? Oh, wow. There's actually people doing it this month. And the whole list is... There we go. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed or not. Usually people don't notice when good stuff happens. But the leaderboard works amazingly now. As of 6.5, you can just click these buttons and there's no lag time. It's awesome. That's not been a thing, actually. Also, Stenna is on this list? Wait. How do we see Stenna if they're not part of our server cluster? That's not right. What? That's weird. Huh. Okay, I guess they're in our server cluster. But they're not in our server cluster. This is really weird and broken. This has not been the case before. Usually when... What? This is really strange. There's so many people from Stena here, because everybody's bored and trying to figure out something to do. Especially before the housing stuff, right? Now that the housing came out, people have a little bit more to do, I guess. Huh. That is very strange. Alright, well anyways. Let's see if that person was here. So they're from Terra. Ah, okay. Let's queue up against them again. That's probably the same person. Really good fights. Very, very tough. I have to go back in the VOD and figure out exactly why they were able to teleport so much. I'm sure that it was just Void Leap or Void Surge. I'm sure that's what it was. It couldn't have been anything else, right? Yeah, same person again. Should have a good third fight. I think they'll end up winning, though. I won one, they won one. In the opposite order, though. This one should be... Like, I'm not learning too much more of what I could do against them. I think it's just mostly them. Plus, they pop Defiance really early, which is actually very good for me. And if I can proc that to happen again, I should be okay. I could also just wait out those stacks. Like, that's part of the thing I could do. Yep. See, they use it early. Oh, no! Ah, gotta hate that. There's no counter. I did it to myself, too, but I just don't like it. Okay. Good? Oh, God. Yeah, I'm dead. Gosh. Again, I'm down very low, but it's just so hard. It's so hard to fight against that. I was really hoping to get stuck with them in the Boneyard, but it just didn't happen. I don't know how he actually... God, his speed is so high. Where is he getting all the speed from? Oh, it's from Mana Bolts. Yeah, Mana Bolts is really good. Yeah. It's really, really hard to fight against that. Very, very hard. I mean, he's pretty much just playing in a way that counters me. But he's always able to stay away just by running. That's so strange. I mean, it's definitely Mana Bolts that does it. Mana Bolts is allowing him to stay out of my range, because his actual movement speed is higher. But, like, that's it. You know, a lot of Songcraft people would do the same thing, but he's able to do it without Songcraft, which is kind of remarkable in a sparring arena, how his movement speed is so high. So I'll have to kind of break that down and figure it out. Oh, it's, God, I wish I had Leech, because it's just using Freerunner, right? Freerunner is really, really powerful for that. But I never noticed when he popped Freerunner, which is also good, actually, because that means that he's using it right at combat and not before combat. Because otherwise I would have seen him and been like, oh, yep, Freerunner, I'll wait it out, because that's pretty much what's giving him the movement speed. The other thing is that I don't actually have Entangle as part of my build, and Entangle is actually really, really good for snare combos. Both because if you use it on a slow target, it'll snare, but also if you use it before Tiger Strike, it'll snare the target for, you know, a little bit as well. So I could have done a little bit more snaring there, but the problem is that when somebody has that much movement speed, they're able to avoid almost every snare in the game because of the fact that charge will not ever connect, so that snare will not actually go off. They can get out of the way of Hellspear just because of ping, which, yes, it did seem to be a bit of a ping issue there as well, because sometimes, you know, Hellspear would have hit him, but it didn't. I get that. It's, you know, no game is perfect on that, right? The game is not designed for 1v1, so nobody cares really about 1v1. It doesn't mean anything. Right? The only thing that matters in this game is raid versus raid, period. That's how it was designed. So the ping issues, yes, they do let you escape some stuff. It's not that big of a deal, right? You kind of have to work around that. The other thing is that I don't really use Precision Strike, and it doesn't... I don't really like Precision Strike that much, because my actual damage comes from other abilities anyways, and 2 triple slashes is the same as 1 Precision Strike, because I'm not really a crit build. But in a sparring arena, it should be better, right? I still kind of want to move Precision Strike into Terrifying Roar, or maybe Frenzy, or Battle Focus, but I don't really like Battle Focus either because I don't get to use that efficiently. Bond Breaker is okay, but generally I shouldn't be getting snared. So, you know, I have to put a point here because I need the last passive, because I want to, you know, I want to proc. Yeah, I want to be able to parry ranged attacks. That's a pretty big deal, actually. So I needed to put an extra point in here. I didn't have any choice. And I kind of have to go with Precision Strike because it's kind of like free damage. That's my one issue right now. So we got 2 extra skill points, but I am still kind of wiggly on one of them. The other skill point went into Reverberate, which has been really, really good. Actually awesome. In fact, during those fights against the last person, I probably could have just used Crescent Slice twice for the stacks, you know, essentially to give him Distress, because Distress is really nice too. In fact, Distress would have probably made a huge difference there. So maybe Distress combo is what I should be doing against him. Maybe I should fight him again. Let's see if I can. See if I can get the same person. Yeah, a Distress combo there actually would be huge if I can get that to work. And I don't use the other triple slash, which would allow me to get the stress combos off more easily. I'm only using the triple slash for damage. It's somebody else. It's the same person before. No, never mind. It's a different person, I think. I don't know if I faced this person before or not. Revenant, though. Revenant is still really hard for me to kill. Again, just because of how much combos... I think this is the first person I fought today. Is this person, this Revenant. And I think they won, just because Revenant is just great against me. It really is. Very, very good. Alright. And they're really trying to get up here. Wait, what are they doing? Why are they waiting? What? They got theirs, but not... What? Explain. Oh, I couldn't trip them. Wow. Wow. Man, I can't do any damage either. Oh, you wanted me to come here? Absolutely. By all means. 50% reduction in accuracy. I think he knows that, because he, What? Oh, God, I thought he was casting Arc Lightning. My bad. I saw Arc Lightning on my screen. That's really bad for me. The random impales from misses are really, really annoying. I want him to be here, though. Oh, wait, he didn't? He wasn't... What? Explain. He just walked right out. He walked right out of there. And there's the Arc Lightning, but I can stop that. I did get the stress up, actually. That probably saved me. But I don't think I'm going to be able to... Yeah, that's it. I lost. Oh! Oh my god. Oh, that's really hard. Why do they have a mark on them? I didn't even push F5. F5 is all the way over there. How did that happen? Did they mark themselves? That's weird. Okay. Oh no, it didn't work. I'm dead. Yeah, that still hits even though I don't show up on their screen. No! I'm dead. Yeah. I know. You got me. Or not. Oh, now I'm dead. What? Single target? Really? That's a little weird. Didn't expect you to use a single target. Oh no, that's really bad for me. Shit. Now I can hit him through here, though. What? He used it twice? How did he push me twice, actually? That's very interesting, too. Oh, I stopped that. That's really good. He's trying it again. Oof. The problem is that I had... Since I had, yeah, just use shoot arrow. Oh, can't use shoot arrow because he's got insulating lens on. Oh man, insulating lens won it for him. That's crazy. How did he stun me there, though? He won it! That's crazy! He won because of insulating lens. That's amazing. Jeez. Holy crap. They're really tough fights. Actually, quite entertaining. Insulating lens. He didn't use the thing, though. Oh god, I hate that combo, man. I hate the openings. It sucks. Wait. Oh, I'm fine. Wait, what? Alright, he's not getting... Yeah, I'm not doing any damage to him. I don't really know why. It's possible that he just had invincibility and I didn't notice, but look at that. I lost. There's no way out of this. Yeah. Oh, well. No. I don't know, man. He used Magic Circle, I get it. I understand. It's just really, really hard to fight against his own. Yeah, I lost. I lost right at the beginning, though. He just... I think he was able to invince through a lot of my debuffs. Yeah. The second fight wasn't as interesting, or the third fight wasn't as interesting. But the first two were really good. Also, why am I fighting? Oh, God, I hate there's no matchmaking. Ugh. But then nobody would be doing arenas. Actually, if there was proper matchmaking, people might be doing arenas more often then. Because you'd actually be fighting people around, you know, maybe within 1,000 of your score. So people at the lower ranks would totally be queuing up more, until they got up to the higher ranks. But I want to fight him again. If I need rank, I'll just win a few at the end of the month. It's not really that big of a deal. The lag from streaming, though, is quite noticeable in Marianople. And I guess in those fights, too, it wasn't perfect. Because there's always so much going on. Alright, let's see. It should be the same person. I guess yeah, okay, same person. I guess they did just get lucky with, right at the beginning of that last fight, they must have procced invincibility. That must have been it. It was just, I don't think there was anything I could do there. If I had noticed it, maybe I would have, you know, stopped for a second, for sure. But otherwise, yeah, that was able to win it. And then the insulating lens from the second fight was just way too good. And he was able to, oh god, not only that, but he was able to follow up with an impale, which he didn't use, right? He got it from the passive of occultism. So because something that I did missed, it caused impale on me, which means I couldn't follow up. Ah, it's really, really hard. Very, very hard to fight against. I don't like that. I don't like that. Stop it. 2, 1. Oh god, that still works. Of course it did. Okay, I need to find a way to actually fight this. On his screen, he got me! God damn it, man. On my screen, he didn't. On my screen, he was nowhere near me. Like, I can't even do any damage to him. Because of the plate. How much damage this does. Oh my god, again, impale from nothing. It's just because in this arena you tend to miss, he's taking advantage of that for sure with his, alright, he's invincible for now. What? I can't do anything about this. It's just not taking damage, period. And I somehow glitched out my own bone wall. I'm not getting lucky, I don't think. That's really all it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I can use this potion. He's missing a lot, but yeah. He's able to do so much more damage to me than I am to him. Plus he's got more health because of plate. Whereas I have a lot less health because of cloth. Oh my god, does he have more health? He has 36,000 health compared to my 28. That's a massive difference, especially with Insulating Lens buffering up and giving him a shield. Which, by the way, I wish it showed you the shield in the health bar. They're actually making some... Oh, god, I hate this. I hate how much crowd control he has. I can't fight it. I didn't do any damage there! Oh my god. It's like... It's nothing. I don't do any damage. Good, thank you. Frigid tracks? That's fine. He's got invincibility going on. God, Revenant is too good. I think that's really it. I just can't fight Revenants. Yeah. God. It's so hard to fight. I can't do it. It's just so hard counters me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how he got there. How is he teleporting like that? How is he teleporting like that? Wait, actually true. He's just getting lucky on teleports, I guess. And he's able to keep doing it over and over again. God, I'm not getting lucky against him. I got lucky in the first fight against him because I won that one, but... God, it's just, like, everything else needs to align properly, but he's always getting the impales off from his passive. He's always getting the invincibility off from Aromancy passives. He's always able to get, you know, the damage that he needs to get done, and because of everything happening, it's just, Revenant is very good. Revenant is extremely good. I don't think there's much I could do against that. Plus, Aromancy is just a hard counter. He's been able to proc multiple teleports in a row. I don't think I can fight that. I don't think there's much I could have done there with my build. If I had made a build for 1v1, it would be a little different. But, like, I could take Terrifying Roar, and I could take other stuff, but yeah, that's... you know, his Cursed Thorns was working really, really well, especially with Boneyard. He was able to get Frigid Tracks off almost every time. He's playing it very well, for sure. But I don't think there's much I could do. As much as I want to be like, yes, I could take down Revenant, there's no way. There's just a really good Revenant, and there's no way they're going to be able to lose to me. I'm sorry, yeah, that's right. Lose to me, correct. Lose to me. There's no way they're not going to win, right? I think that's the terminology. I think that it's too powerful in 1v1. It's very similar to Dreambreaker, except Dreambreaker focuses more on defense, where, you know, a Revenant is a magic-focused sort of offense, right? It's not using Witchcraft to do the crowd control. It's using, you know, everything from the passives of Occultism to, you know, getting Frigid Tracks off properly. Ugh. That's very hard. I can't think of anything I could have done better there. To just try to, you know, go around the craziness. And again, I can look back in the VODs, and I probably will, to see exactly what was going on second by second. But a lot of it, I think, was also ping-related still, which, again, it happens. There's not really much you could do about it, you know? Frigid Tracks was going off on me, even though, you know, he wasn't near me yet. You know, it's a very split-second timing. Very, very hard to fight against. But at least it makes for an interesting stream. Now, what are you up to? You trying your club as melee? The problem is a lot of your hits are gonna miss. But if you want Swiftblade as a healer, you wouldn't be using a lot of these abilities because Blade Flurry Instinct stacks don't really help you, so you're not there for Instinct, right? You're mostly using Swiftblade because you want the ability to move around, as well as the losing aggro with Blink Mist. Dusk Shroud is extremely good as a healer, because you can, shroud yourself in mist, essentially, right? And anybody else in it takes less accuracy if they are under Shaken or Distress. And then I guess Fleeting Footsteps isn't too bad if you just want to decrease the duration of slows, but I haven't seen that be... Like, a lot of people don't use it. I don't think it's worth a skill point, especially for how long it lasts. I'm sorry, especially because of the cooldown. Plus, you don't get the... Well, you only get 3 skills, I see. 4. Yeah, 4. So, like, since you don't have dual wielding, you don't get the effects of the cooldown decreases. So if you're going to take 4 skills out of Swiftblade, it would probably be Reverberate, Blade Blast, Blink, and Dusk Shroud. Those would probably be the only ones. And actually, you wouldn't be able to get Dusk Shroud or Blink because you need 5 skills in there. So the 5th skill would probably be dual wielding now, no problem. You just have some kind of an offhand axe. Okay. Maybe the 5th one would be Fleeting Footsteps, I guess. But like the value of having a whole skill set as a healer for Swiftblade, it doesn't give as much value as taking Songcraft or taking Defense or taking, anything else that would help in some regard. Like there's not enough value yet with Swiftblade and healing combos or anything like that, which is unfortunate because it would be really cool if you'd have like dual wielding healers using Swiftblade for some reason. But just for now, it's not the craziest value I've noticed. There would need to be more combos. I'm a little bit more excited to see where this new skill set goes, right? With this new, they want to put out not only, essentially the second type of ranged weapon, which is a musket, or whatever they end up actually translating it as, look like a musket or like a rifle or like a shotgun thing. And so there's going to be a whole skill set based around that, which I'm sure will have a lot of use as a utility skill set for other classes, which I'm really excited about. So whatever that ends up being, I definitely want to mess around with it quite a bit. But it should hopefully make the archery game a lot better, because archery this entire time, 7 years in Archeage, has only ever had one skill set with range damage. And you know what? As of 6.5, that has finally changed. As of 6.5, archery has finally gained more range damage skills. You just need the ancestral versions of them from other skill sets. But it is a huge step in the right direction for archery, because now archery can actually do some damage, not only from archery skill sets, but they can get it from occultism, or they can get it from, I believe, witchcraft. Yeah, sure. I mean, Innervate doesn't do 0 damage, so let's just say witchcraft, sure. But anyways, like, there's actually some other sources now, which is better. But once the new skill set comes out, which again, will probably be like a year after that, after KR gets it, then we'll get it. Once the new skill set comes out, hopefully it makes the archery game a lot better, especially after the Deadeye changes and the other things coming later on. Archery should feel a lot better. But, unfortunately, back to the topic. I don't know. I don't know about the Swiftblade thing, well. I'd rather have you with Songcraft whenever we do stuff. See, if the defense penetration that you got from Instinct actually gave you magic defense penetration, it would be, like, as well as regular defense penetration, it would be really good, actually. But it only gives physical, I believe. I feel like the fire does way more. Probably does, yeah. Whew. I was tired when I came into the stream. We've been busy all day out, and then we did a whole bunch of duels, which were actually really, really exciting and interesting. So now I'm just even more tired. I mean, I was tired going into all those matches. Exhausted even. Can you show off some of the mage builds on your server? Sure, not me. Show off some of the mage builds on my server. I'm not sure. Is there anything? Are you looking for anything specific? I don't know exactly how to answer that question, honestly. Go to my server. Are you just looking for ideas or just different ways that people play? Because there's like a million different ways to play mage right now. Frontline mage, backline mage, cast time mage, instacast mage, melee, CC mage, backline CC mage versus a frontline CC mage, which would be like, witchcraft versus malediction. There's a lot of different ways to play with, and none of them are wrong. It just kind of depends on how you want to play. Is the sort of route you might want to go. So you might want to give me a little bit more detail, not being on what you're looking for, and I might be able to give you some better info. You want to play a big DPS mage. Big DPS. Okay. So we talked about this in a previous stream. If you want to play big DPS mage, you gotta make Arc Lightning your delete button. Right? You have to hotkey Arc Lightning to delete. Okay, because that way you can push your delete button and somebody will die and get deleted. But no, I'm kidding about that. Don't actually do that. That's nowhere near your left hand, and it would be really annoying. In reality, yeah, so there's a lot of ways to play big DPS, right? You could do it through very fast cast times and insta-casts and just like hammer them down with a whole bunch of different abilities. Or you can, of course, focus on setting up for one ability or two abilities, right? Setting up for Meteor, setting up for Arc Lightning, because there's a big amount of setup for Arc Lightning. And then, of course, there's a follow-up question. Are you looking for a 1v1 spec? Or, which, by the way, I don't recommend, but people do it, I get it. Or are you looking for actually just regular gameplay, raid versus raid, small battles, that sort of thing, the actual day-to-day operation of Archeage? Because if you're looking for day-to-day operation of Archeage, where there could be 1v1 or there could be raid versus raid, you can play the game again in a million different ways, and you're not wrong, but you're going to want to find a way that you are the most entertained with and that, is the most fun to you. So overall, I'll just start answering the question. Yeah, you want to be good on PvP, but not focus on 1v1. Okay, got it. That's good. So I'll let him wail on me because WoW is testing stuff. Okay. So the best thing I could tell you is a lot of the top geared people, the reason why they play the classes they do is because they have the gear they do. This means that they don't always have to focus on being the best class in a certain type of gameplay. For example, Kanian here is playing Ebonsong. Wait, Ebonsong? Yeah, okay, that's good. That wasn't... I don't know why I thought in my head a different class. So that's not a good example. A lot of people play Ebonsong as an archer. So let's look at Spiritualist, okay? So this guy is playing a Spiritualist, which is good. And if I remember correctly, that is... let's go to skill combos. Oh, God. Okay. If I remember correctly, it's a little bit like this. Occultism, Malediction. No, that's Zealot. What is Spiritualist? I've already forgotten now. Ah, there we go. It's with Aromancy, that's right. So Malediction, Sorcery, Aromancy. This is a common build because you're focusing on damage from Malediction and Sorcery. Sorceries and Malediction both have their own different ways to crowd control, which lets you do big damage hits from two main abilities. Well, three, I guess. God's Whip is nice. Meteor, usually the Lightning Meteor, or more in reality, the Wave Meteor, if you're in a PvP larger aspect, you can use Wave Meteor as well. But a lot of people focus on crushing waves here, so they'll pop Serpent's Glare, and that allows their Mana Bolts to become a different skill, which just does damage through walls. So this is very popular. Aromancy here is used mostly as defense, to keep yourself alive, to stop people from killing you, and so on, right? Some other builds that people play that are nice are they will mix in... I don't really see that one, but I want to see it more. They will mix in Songcraft and play like Spectre. Spectre is really good early game as well because you're able to have the movement speed you need from Songcraft and the damage you need from Malediction and Sorcery. This is very common, and you can buff yourself as well with Bloody Chanty and so on. Over the years, these kind of gameplay styles that have focused on Songcraft have become less and less powerful, so people don't play them as much, but it's still something you see, especially early game. Because early game, it helps you level up, it helps you, kill stuff very quickly, and you can solo content a lot. A lot of other endgame builds that, especially in Raid vs. Raid, help a lot are things like Fnatic. Fnatic is nice because with Shadowplay... no, that's Reaper. Where is Malediction? Sorcery. Actually, I was right before. Yeah, here we go. Sorcery, Malediction, Shadowplay. Fanatic is really good because, again, you still have the really nice burst DPS from Sorcery, Arc Lightning, God's Whip, Meteor, Malediction has the Mana Bolts, and Serpent's Glare. You still have really big damage, but your third skill set with Fanatic here, Shadowplay, is really nice because it helps you do extra damage to people because of Stalker's Mark, which it doesn't say here, but it gives more damage to a specific target with magic, as well as ranged. You can leech targets, that means you can steal buffs from them. You can prepare yourself to get a first hit with stealth. And Free Runner is awesome, because if you're extremely mobile and you can keep yourself constantly being mobile and faster than your opponents, you can dodge a lot of abilities, you can dodge a lot of combos, and so a lot of players play Fanatic for, the Shadow Play is used to sort of stop people from hitting you and also keeping yourself alive. Dropback is really good for, again, being able to move from place to place. Dropback also makes Flame Bolt have no cast time. And that's a big deal because it means you can get off Lightning Flame Bolt like non-stop. It's really, really crazy. So a lot of people do that. Fanatic's really good for that. And Fanatic is also good because just Throw Dagger is really nice. I don't know if a lot of Fanatics use Throw Dagger or have enough points for it. Most just have enough points just for Dropback, for the Dropback combo with Flame Bolt. But this is another type of way to play, is that there's a lot of different ways with these kind of builds to do damage and keep yourself alive, right? If instead of Shadowplay you decide you want Aromancy to keep yourself alive, that's Spiritualist. If instead of Aromancy you want to do crowd control from a sort of low range, close to you aspect, I don't see it a lot, but there's Zealot. And Zealot is nice because you still have Boneyard, which means you can Boneyard a target far away and still hit them, because Serpent's Glare will allow you to do damage through walls, essentially, towards any target. And it's quite powerful, and people don't like it because of that, because it's essentially guaranteed damage. Nobody has any way to stop. But there's no real bad ways to play. A lot of people actually don't even use Sorcery. They just focus on Malediction. And so instead of Sorcery, they might do something else, like this. No, not like that. Gosh, what is a build that doesn't use Sorcery? But because you're looking for big DPS, I would say you probably want Sorcery, you probably want Malediction. Those are the two key components in what you're looking for. But again, don't be afraid to just try out other classes and do other things too, because the game, not only wants you to do that for different specific purposes, but it's just more fun that way. You get to learn more classes, you get to do different things. It's great. Just depends on the situation you're doing, right? So let's see. Are people not in this list playing other classes than the crazy ones? Not really. Yeah, the top of the gear score list isn't always the best place to look, because these people, they don't always have to play the builds that are... Like, a lot of people play Fnatic, for example. But Fnatic might not work for a lower gear score person, just the way that it plays, especially not somebody who's still learning to play. There's a Spectre. At least there's one. Oh, I guess Spectre is... Where is it? Yeah, Spectre is Sorcery, Malediction, and Songcraft, which again is really good early game. Like, I'd rather see people do that early game. So you still have Sorcery and Malediction, but you use something else to be able to like move around quickly and guarantee damage and stop people from hitting you. Anyways, I don't know how helpful this has been. If anything, it's just a brainstorming session. But these are the main kind of, classes people play because they have the gear, right? And because they are able to push damage as much as they can in just maybe 3 abilities. For example, anybody on the top of this list can just spam God's Whip and kill 6 people with a lot lower gear score, because that's just how they play, right? So they don't have to worry about, a lot of the mechanics as much and the combos and stuff. They don't have to push damage combos. They just have to push buttons and they'll kill people, because that's, they're in the top gear score. Most of the people they kill will be lower gear score than them, right? They'll have less defense mitigation. They'll have less things, less chance to fight them. And so, they'll just play classes a little differently. So I wouldn't look at the top list exactly. But there are other ways to get into the game and still be able to have enough time to practice and play the game without too much, without too much trouble, and you'll still have a lot of fun. So Spectre, I would say, is a very good early game to learn with. And so on. I don't know. Hopefully you picked out some stuff from this. It's kind of a long explanation for what I think wasn't that helpful. It's really helpful since you don't really know Mage before. You're on C server at the moment. You don't really have Tier 3 yet. Still gated on Tier 2 Haram. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you guys are even gated by level, aren't you? Everybody's stuck at level 53. Unless that's changed now. maybe that's not the case anymore. But yeah, just play around with different skills. Try to enjoy the game differently. Try different ways to play. Um, don't get discouraged if you're losing a lot, because that's fine, because you're just learning, right? It's normal. You have to learn your combos. You have to read everything. It's not easy. And I do very much encourage reading literally every word of everything, because the combos in this game are just insane. You guys got 6.0 patch. 6.0 plus? What? That's weird. This should be at 7.0. They should be on the same patch as Korea, actually, in C. Joby, how was Land Rush? I didn't play on Fresh Start server, so I wasn't a part of any of that. Unfortunately, nobody was streaming during it, so I couldn't even watch Land Rush, which was a bummer, but I guess that makes sense. Jinjin Line, I like the sandbox in this game. Character looks pretty. I hear it's a lot of some boring daily quest grind for ages, not really being one-shot. It's hard to say, because you can play a tank and not be one-shot, right? It just depends on the class and the kind of gameplay style that you enjoy. For example, I play a glass cannon. I'm almost meant to be one-shot, but because I play in an extremely fast style where I'm constantly, teleporting around and doing different things, people aren't really able to one-shot me, because I'm able to actually get hits off first. So I wouldn't necessarily look at that route, Jinjin Line. But in general, the game is insane for its sandbox elements. There is just an insane amount of things to do, between all the different proficiencies and the different ways you can make money in the game, to just all the different ways you can, well, like I said, make money in the game, right? All the different things you can try to earn between different costumes, housing, trying to get housing next to each other, the cosmetics and furniture and everything there. But of course, there's also vehicles, gliders, combat pets, the boat system, and upgrading boats, actually upgrading all your combat pets and giving them better gear, giving yourself better gear. There's a ton of stuff in the game. And a lot of people will say it's daily quest grind, but that's not always the case. Yes, there are dailies. Yes, they help you progress. But you don't have to focus on them when you don't want to. You can play the video game, because it's an MMO. And an MMO, you're supposed to play for years. You're not supposed to play for 2 months and then never play again, right? It's not a short-term game. So if you want to get into an MMO with an extremely long-term gameplay ability that has tons and tons of stuff in game that will, keep you sort of always doing stuff for years, and actually progress in meaningful ways that actually you can see and even show off to other people and enjoy, and actually play in a guild and do fun stuff, then Archeage is awesome for that. It's extremely good for that, even. That's the whole point. That's why it was designed. It was designed to be played over a very long period of time. But you don't have to play every single day. The reason everybody says it's a boring daily quest grind is because they want to get to all of the crazy stuff right away, super fast. They want to get all of the super crazy gear on day one, right? Which is not possible. And because they're trying so hard to get to the end game, people skip work, people skip other things, and they don't value real life as much because of it. That's the problem, is they can't actually enjoy the game. They can't sit down and just enjoy the game for what it is and do other things and go explore the world and go check out all the different things that the game has to offer. They feel like they have to do a regimen of stuff every single day to, quote, keep up. But that's not the case, because you can play classes even without any gear score that A, keep you alive, and B, contribute massively. And yet people don't play those classes because they just don't want to. So for example, a lot of people go into the game and they want to, on day one, play healer DPS, something like that, right? However, if those same players, instead of playing a healer or a DPS, they can play that, for the actually, leveling up and doing dailies and stuff. But if they're in PvP and they want to contribute meaningfully, don't play a DPS class if you don't have the gear for it. Switch to something else. Even I do that with high gear score. I play Eidolon, which is just an example of a class that is not DPS or healing or tank. This class is only, it will keep itself alive, but from the back lines, I can do tons of crowd control effects. I can buff all my allies. A lot of people will play a bard for that matter, so maybe you'll take out Shadowplay for Songcraft and help buff everybody from the back lines, right? But I like Shadowplay because I'm able to disable and leech steal buffs from enemy tanks. I'm able to play in a gameplay style that is extremely powerful. And while I'm not playing a DPS, I am playing in a way that will enable our DPS to actually do damage. Stopping opponents from doing stuff, AoE crowd controls, AoE silences that stop enemy healers, AoE protective wings to stop our group from getting silenced as well as taking significantly less magic damage, giving everybody a buff that gives them 4,000 more health. I know it says 2,000 there, but that's not true. And so on. So there's a ton of different ways to play in the early game and contribute massively, but people don't really play that. And because of that, in the early game, it feels like a boring daily quest grind where you just get one shot every time, because you're just not there yet, because you're not in the game. Like, you're not at the point where you should be playing a DPS class yet, right? If you have 5k gear score and everybody else around you is 10k, 15k, the gear differences are just way too large. And so instead, if you play a class like this, you'll almost never die. It's also a great way to learn the game and to get involved in the game. And you can contribute massively in a way that is just sometimes better than having an extra DPS even at high gear scores. But people don't do this, and that's why a lot of the perception is, you know, because you have to play certain classes for some reason, which is not true. That's the perception. The game becomes boring and stale. But that's not true. There is way too many options out there that people just kind of forget and miss. Okay, hopefully that was an explanation. At least somewhat useful for you. I don't know whether it was or not, but maybe give some background. The problem is that there are so many cool things about Archeage that people miss because they're so wound up, like they have to do this other stuff, but you don't. I don't do dailies anymore. I haven't done dailies in a long time, and I've continued to progress just fine. The Garden came out lately, and I do that one every single day because it's super easy. It takes half an hour, and I'm done. And, you know, if I miss a day, it's not a big deal. I'll progress later, because I'm planning on playing this game for years, because I really enjoy Archeage and how much it has to offer. Even as a solo player, just doing my own thing, which I don't recommend. Go join a guild. Go and, you know, have fun. Do social stuff. That's really the best way to play. Hopefully that helped you as well, not me. That a whole explanation, just with some ideas. To be honest, you're playing an Archer, but Ancestral 7 at the moment, and it feels really weak for large scale. Or even medium scale, so you're thinking to reroll to Mage now. Archery does get great later. In fact, Archery in your patch should be awesome, because you guys should have the Deadeye changes in C that allow you to still stack defense penetration, even though you're, you know, by running around specifically. If you guys have that patch, you guys should have a lot of fun, actually, as an Archer. I would explore a little bit with Swiftblade if you're an Archer at the moment, because Swiftblade is so easy in raid versus raid, or even just small-scale PvP, to get your instinct stacks up, and that will give you 3,000 defense penetration from there, and then you get another 3,000 defense penetration from Deadeye, so that's 6,000 defense penetration. As an Archer, who is supposed to be running around, it should make the gameplay a lot more fun. Plus, Swiftblade, you have a ton of ways to teleport around and keep away from people. You have a ton of ways to sort of shroud yourself if you need to become invisible. You can disable people and then run away. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do. So I would look into different ways to play Archer before you decide to reroll to a Mage, not Ming. At least give it a chance. Give other builds a chance a little bit. Break outside of the meta and try different things. Hey, Billy Cool. Are you playing on C server as well? Oh, and you're saying Darth Choco is streaming. It wasn't super competitive, lots of lands still open. Okay, that's cool. Gravebow sounds really fun too. Is that it? Is that the one? Is that the build I was talking about? Gravebow is really good, actually, and I think a lot of people in Korea are starting to understand the usefulness of Swiftblade with dual wielding. Well, everybody dual wields as an Archer, so yeah, you get to make use of it better than most. But that would be Archery, Shadowplay. Oh, Avatar is a big one, right? Archery, Shadowplay, Swiftblade. But Gravebow with Occultism is awesome. Yeah, that's a really cool one for sure. And especially because now you actually have a ranged version of Hellspear now. So you actually do range damage with that version of Hellspear, which is amazing. It's actually extremely good. So that's a really good one. Witchcraft is great here. Twisted Shot, if you want to be able to disable people from afar. Innervate is amazing as an Archer, because now you have a ranged version of Innervate that allows you to stop somebody's healing effectiveness by 90%, as well as increase silence and snare duration on them by 30%. Innervate is amazing, so then maybe that's another way you might want to try to change up your gameplay a little bit with Swiftblade and Archery together. But there's a lot of options you can do, so don't count things out just yet. I would try to explore the meta, because you guys in C are going to get the patch with the new skill set before any of us do in North America and EU. You guys will have a musket. You guys will have a new type of ranged weapon. Not a bow anymore, but something else. As well as a whole new skill set around that. And from what I understand, the musket is more like a short-range range damage build. It's kind of what it is. So now you're actually doing archery damage, but at a close range, right? Kind of like a shotgun or something. So I'm really excited to see that. And I would actually continue playing archery if you do want to become an archer and you really do enjoy that kind of gameplay style. Keep trying different things out. Don't give up on it just yet, because there's some cool things coming by. On C server, you don't even have the Swiftblade Ancestral? What? Wait. When they advertised the C server, Jake Song said, this C server is going to be up to date right away with where Korea is. He actually said that. Is this not the C server that you're on? That's so weird. We're missing stuff. What? Do you guys have the Deadeye changes? Like, no new races. Okay, that one I understand. Okay, I actually don't understand that, but okay, fine. Because they made it so that the XP was normalized. Yeah, I get the no endgame zones, because they're trying to slow down the pace. And I know that there's no PvP in a lot of areas. I get that too, but I don't like it, but I get that that's what's happening. Oh, this is really confusing to me. I had high hopes for C, but why are they not up to date with the patches when they said they were going to be? That was the big deal. They would have already had all the archery changes. They would have had already all the ancestral abilities. No Deadeye change yet? Alright. Now I'm extremely confused. So you have to stand still for Deadeye to work? Is that what it is? Doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, What's the Deadeye change? Instead of standing still for the defense penetration increase, you have to move around. So essentially, it encourages you to become mobile and run around constantly, as any archer should be doing. It's an amazing change, as well as the other changes with archery as well, in that particular patch. The fact you guys don't have that yet is weird. We have still in 3,500. It's actually 3,000, isn't it? Is it 3,500? Okay, that's weird. I don't know what to tell you. I have a little less hope about C now. Why are they not up to date with the patches? That was their whole shtick. I mean, Jake Song literally said it in their thing. Hey, it was one of the best benefits. I don't understand. Alright, I don't get it. I had really high hopes for that server. That's so weird. I mean, I still have high hopes for the server because it gives people who live in that area a better ping. But now I'm hearing weird things about that too. That's very strange. I don't understand what's going on there. And I'm sorry if you guys are facing issues and such, but now I'm just confused, I'll be honest. Tech says 3,500, but who knows? No, I would trust that, but also not untrue. You have like 8 raids a reset? Yeah, I'm glad that it's populated. That's very good, at least. Did you guys have your land rush yet? How does that work? That's so weird, though. Why? So you guys aren't going to get the musket, then? Soon. Okay. That's so weird. 14 hours. Oh, that's really soon. Jeez. Okay. Within the next day. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's lose a little bit more in this arena. I feel really bad now. Well, not really. Like, I don't feel bad. I feel bad about the fact that C doesn't have all that stuff. The main reason I thought C was cool was because people could play archery right out the gate. Isn't it in 2 hours? Oh, maybe you guys gotta check your schedules there. But anyways, the main reason why I liked C was because not only was it, you know, great for the people, you know, to get better ping times, obviously, but because it was run directly by XL Games, they would have the latest patch, as they said, And that means people playing archery right out the gate would have all of the most amazing things ever right there. But that's not the case. So, I don't know. That's weird. Okay. I don't know what to think. Maybe they really are using our client. Maybe they really are using our client, and they're having, like, they're just, like, is all of the text the same between your version and C and ours? Like, everything here for Summon Crows. Like, just, like, everything. Is all the text exactly the same? Or do they have a localization team on their own hand do it? Or are they just using what Tryon localized themselves? It doesn't, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they used Tryon's localization version for C, because it's already done. C has a cool font, though. Oh, I forgot to put in the Korean font mod for mine here. You can use the Korean font mod here, to be honest. You just have to mod it, which that one is actually not punishable, so you're allowed to do that here and use the Korean font mod. I can give you that information later, Yokes, or somebody can link it in chat. You guys are allowed to link, so if anybody has that on hand, feel free to put that here. That's really strange. You want the C font on NA, but you use the Korean font mod for yours? Oh, so there's actually a different font mod for C? It's not the Korean font mod, it's the C font mod that we'll have to get? That's interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. I may have to go find more videos. It's very hard to see. Like, I haven't actually seen any Twitch streams from C just yet. I haven't seen any C Twitch streams, so to speak. Chunky cartoonish font? Ooh. I want that. How do we get that? I'm gonna have to figure that out. That's cool. I want a C font mod. If it makes it more clear and, like, clean to see things on the screen for the on-screen numbers, I'd be very happy with that. A lot of C streamers are on Facebook gaming. Oh, yeah, okay. Actually, that's very big in a lot of other countries, so I can see that. It's like a clean KR font? Question mark? I don't know, you're the one who plays it. What are you question marking me? You're the one who plays on that server. Don't question mark me. You gotta be more assertive. Yes, it's a clean KR font. Period. Exclamation mark. We don't remember the KR one. Oh. Okay. I don't even have it on right now, so I couldn't even show you. But yeah, that's fair. I don't know, I guess Yooks would know. Yooks might know the difference. Yeah, I really want that now. That's cool. I want to try different fonts. I'm really tired of this font. I'm tired of looking at the same thing all the time. Yeah, find it. Cool. Do that. Link it in chat. I want to see. Oh, we got one. This is gonna suck. When I get out of this arena, this is where I'm gonna end up. Oh, God. Here we go. This will be fun. The C font mod is nothing like KR. Oh. Okay. I don't know. Billy Cool. Can I just call you Billy Cool or Gwen? I don't know. Do you feel like it's a easy to read thing? Oh, Fnatic again, but 13,000. Oh my god. This is the Gladiator Arena, so he could just one-shot me technically. With he could kill me pretty much with the Chain Lightning combo. So I have to use Tiger Strike properly at the beginning. It's gonna be hard. I don't know if I'll be able to do timing properly. Insulating Lens is going to make it hard as well. He's got the buff there. He's got Malediction stacks. He's got Free Runner. Oof. Oh my god. Get him! Oh, okay. Actually, I didn't even use Precision Strike. What did I use? Just Whirlwind Slash? Oh my god, the last hit, because he was tripped, did so much damage. Wow. Oh! He's so scared! I'm so scared! Oh! Wait, he's still here? Oh my god, I actually didn't see him. That was a little weird. I thought he teleported somehow back there, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm in this boneyard alone. No, I wasn't. At all. I got so confused. It's so hard to see things when, you know, there's so much stuff happening on screen. We've got a crappy time-limited arenas, too. What? Wait, that's fine though. Who cares? That's actually so. Can I just say, the time-limited arenas are actually better. In fact, I wish we had them. And of course, the reason is Of course, the reason is, there's it's more centralized for people fighting during that time, right? Like right now, who knows who's queuing for arenas? Nobody knows. You can queue at any time. There's no guarantee there's even going to be anybody there for the Drenched arena. But if it was all around like 3 different time periods, yes, it's going to feel like a daily. But at the very least, people are going to be queuing at this time. Look on Discord. I don't know if that looks any different. I'm not sure what to think about that. Is that from a stream? I'm guessing that's from like a Facebook stream. You can post that in the Twitch thing though, if you want, or on Twitch chat if you want. I don't know if that looks any different. Like, it's definitely different than this one. It's more bulky, and it does look more like the Korean one. In fact, fuck it. Sorry, I need to restart my game. I gotta show you the Korean font mod, because, like, I forgot to install it. It's so amazing. It's so good. In fact, I know it's stupid, but I'm gonna blame a little bit of my, my problem seeing stuff right now, because I'm so used to the Korean font mod being more clear. Dagger Master Ace? Fuck, dude, I love Dagger. So there's a problem right now with Dagger, but it doesn't really affect archers, so don't worry too much about that. Sorry, I'm gonna restart the game. Hold on. Well, I wasn't doing anything anyways. I wanna load up the Korean font mod. Anyways, to actually answer your question, which weapon most people use on Archer for main hand? If you use a katana, it's more damage than Spectre if you don't use Songcraft. So yeah, I don't think that the weapons matter too much for an Archer. The big difference is that if you do use any melee abilities, those melee abilities will be faster if they're a dagger. They're not going to do as much damage, but they will be faster. Yes, so that's the other thing I was going to mention. So a lot of archers actually use either a scepter or a club. And the reason for that, I actually see clubs more often, but the reason for that is because if they need to take some kind of an off build where they need some magic damage, now this archer has access to those abilities. Personally, I'd rather see people go club than a scepter, but I understand why people go scepter more, because everybody likes to focus on damage more, and I get that. Sorry, let me just... I'm loading up this stuff. You guys have a black screen here, so... I'm still here. There's still music playing. Everything's fine. You guys will survive, promise. First I have to actually find where the heck I installed the game. Because now I have a new drive, and I did not put Archeage there, which I really should. I really should put Archeage on my new SSD instead of keeping it on my old SSD. My new one is slightly faster. Okay, so there's a 6.0 Korean font mod, which should work here. I hope. Alright, let's see. It does work, because I used it in BTS, I think. You posted Korea on Discord too, so you could see side by side. What? Oh, I see what you did. Okay. Yeah, he posted in the Research and Development Discord, but you can post them in Twitch. But you're right, absolutely. Compared to ours, I like the Korean one a lot better, which is, or the C one is better too, right? But let me load up the Korean one, and I'll load up the game again, and we'll see the difference. And then you'll have it in the VOD as well. You can see the difference just by scrolling in the VOD between now and earlier, right? You can see all the text differences and such. I'm excited, because I should have done this a long time ago. You were thinking of the attack fonts? Yeah, the on-screen numbers. I like the Korean one better. I wouldn't be surprised if the C one looks anything like this. I wouldn't be surprised if that also looks bulkier and is a lot more obvious to understand. Alright, let me see. I'm starting the game back up. Korean font is way better than our garbage one. You want C though for fun? It's so clear. I kind of understand why they have different fonts to begin with, because if you try to load up the Korean font mod and then start doing symbols in like Spanish or French, the symbols with the little accents on them and such, they don't actually work. So the font mods were actually developed, maybe they're not developed, the font mods they choose to use. Oh, sorry, there was a bit of lag there, I know. I'm loading up with the game. What was I saying? Essentially, I get the reason why there's different font mods, or fonts rather, for different versions. Because, you know, different fonts have different capabilities, right? Like our fonts can actually have accents and stuff, whereas the Korean fonts cannot, right? If you actually try to do a character with an accent on it, and you have the Korean font mod loaded, or you're in Korea and playing that client, it'll just show up as a box, because that symbol doesn't exist in that font. So that's kind of why they chose the fonts that they did. For C, they had to choose a font that has literally access to everything, right? Because they're targeting a much wider audience. So they went for some kind of a font that they found that actually works for that. And that's probably why the difference is between regions. We have Thai characters in player names. Wow. Man, well, what am I saying? Wow. Of course that makes sense. That's the region. Oops. So let me see here. So you can see here, stream, it's clear and chunky. Clear and chunky. Yeah, I can't show it on stream here. I don't have it set up for that. It is clear. I mean, they're not fighting anything. They're level 10, but I like that for sure. Here, I'm reloading the game now. We'll see what it looks like in Korea. At least for the Korean version. Compared to the NAEU one. Yeah, I really don't like the NAEU one. It doesn't sit right with me. I really like C though. I actually, like, when they first announced the C server, I was really happy for that, because honestly, everybody's been asking for something there for years, right? Because, like, it sucks to play this game at a high ping. So I'm glad that that's the case. I hope that they continue expanding it and making it better. Actually, this doesn't look very different. Did I already have the Korean font mod loaded? I actually can't tell if I did or not. Maybe it doesn't work. Wow, do you have the same font as me right now? Does this look the same? Or do you have it loaded? I have no idea. Maybe you'll ask T-Pain to make a C font mod. You should do it. Do the dot test? What is that? What does that mean? What is the test you need? Do that. Okay. What is that? What does that test do? It's the same. Oh, okay. Oh, I guess I already had the Korean font mod loaded then. Oh. It's squishy face. Well, what is it with NAU version? What does that look like? In NA, it's a wide face. Oh. Okay. Wow, that's a weird way to test it, but I like it. I'll have to note that somewhere. It's very cool. All right. I wonder what it looks like in C then. C. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I like that. That screenshot's way better. That's so cool and crisp and chunky. Sorry, I know, Gwyn, you posted, or Billy Cool, you posted it in Discord, in the Research and Development Discord. Why are you guys doing that? Just post it in... Guys, you could post links in here. Just put literally the Discord link into chat. It's cool. You guys could do that. You could tell by your guild tag. I guess, yeah, you can. You're right. My guild tag literally has the same brackets. That would be the chunky face. Too lazy to upload somewhere. Just... Okay. Okay, for anybody that's curious what this looks like, alright, here's the link. Literally just copying and pasting it from Discord. That's the C version. It is quite different than ours. There you go. You use ShareX locally stored clipboard. Ah, see, yeah, my ShareX actually publishes up to my Imgur account. Imgur, I don't know. But yeah, fair enough. I get it. So presume I get it. Anyways. Oh man, I'm tired, guys. I was tired going into the stream. I'm surprised I wasn't slurring words more. And I'm surprised I still managed to win some fights in the arenas. It's been a tiring day for me. I only wanted to stream today just because I wanted to do it. Because I wanted to stream at some point, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be tired for this whole stream, but I'm going to do it anyways because I want to. And it didn't go that bad. Let me stream for another half hour, I think, and then I'll be done for today, because I want to go and eat dinner later. You gotta go to sleep. 9 p.m. Oh, sorry, 9 a.m. Yeah, that's normal. It's a weekend though, so I guess it's okay. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, Billy Cool. You're gonna stick to Archer for now? Man, I wish you guys had the Deadeye changes, though. I feel really bad, because the whole reason why I was like, hey, go check it out, go try other builds, is because of that stuff. But hopefully you'll get it soon. Just try different builds, try different ways to play it, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's just, a lot of people play Archer in like 2 to 3 ways, and they haven't really tried other ways, and that's why it kind of gets boring. You know how I said there's a million ways to play mages? There's a million ways to play archers, but nobody does it. Not even the people at low gear score, not even the people at high gear score. So, you know, if you want to re-roll to another class, that's fine. I get it. But at least try different stuff first with Archer before you do. Like, if I played archery, I would totally be trying to find ways to make it work, even with a lower gear score. How to play Archer without a bow? I mean, I hope you have a bow with any archery build. But, you know, there's a musket coming out, so that's not even a kappa. That's actually a thing at some point, right? Soon it'll also be muskets. It won't just be bows. I can't wait for Gunslinger to be a class, because you know absolutely that Gunslinger will be the name of a class that uses muskets, right? Musket, archery, shadowplay. I'm calling it now. Musket class, archery, shadowplay is going to be called Gunslinger. Okay? I'm calling it. That's what it is. I'm not going to remember that I said that. And neither will you guys. But I said it here first. Anyways, alright? I can't wait for that to be a thing. People will be very excited about that. Anyways, any other questions you guys have? Anything else you can talk about or chill? Any other questions new returning players have about the game? Please feel free to ask all of those things. Thinking about going dual wield plus leather mage, but keep your archery weapon if anything happened. Well, I mean, you know, you're still going to have a bow anyways. Oh, I see. You mean like keep the whole weapon in itself. Okay, that I understand. Oh, you made a clip out of it. Alright, there we go. Now we know for sure. Gunslinger is a thing. Alright, thank you, Yux. Now it's documented for all time. Appreciate it. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, you could do that too, to be fair. Not me. I think that works just fine. You could play off healer if you want, with a club main hand, and that way you know you can play a ranger or something if you ever needed to, which just brings in vitalism, so you know you can heal a little bit too. It's not terrible. It's just, you know, it's just a different way to play, right? Focused on different things, different strengths and weaknesses and whatnot. Anything else going on? What's going on? Play Vitalism, Swift Blade, and Archery, no problem. God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what that would be. I don't think Swift Blade fits there. I don't think Swift Blade, unfortunately, works that well with Vitalism, because there's too many other better things to use currently. Hopefully that changes later, but I don't see that being a thing. You know, honestly, when they come out with the Musket class, I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with ancestral versions of Battle Rage skills that do range damage, because the Musket class seems to be like a like a close ranged damage build, where you're doing range damage, but you're meant to be up in melee range, essentially. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went and made another ancestral version of Triple Slash that was range damage, or they made another version of Precision Strike that was range damage, or Tiger Strike, or Sunder Earth, or, you know, that kind of thing. I would be surprised, actually, because, you know, then people playing Outrider or other classes like that would still benefit from a musket, too. That would be pretty cool, actually. I hope that's the case at some point, but we'll see. Oh my god, if that becomes a thing, do you realize how crazy daggers are going to be for archers? Literally, any archery person in close melee range with a dagger using ranged damage from their musket is going to be insane. That's actually going to be a thing. I just realized that, because the dagger would make everything much faster, assuming that the dagger by that point and all of the weapon attack speed values would work for archery too. You know, sorry, for ranged skills too, right? And not just melee skills like it is currently, or magic and healing like it's going to be at some point. Oh, that's going to be crazy, actually. I didn't think about that one. What if the musket class also uses your offhand weapon, like Swift Blade? Oh man, I can't wait to see what they do there. They've got a lot of options. Swiftblade was extremely unique. Malediction was extremely unique. And I can't wait to see what kind of uniqueness comes out of this new musket class, whatever the hell they call it. Those take forever, though? Do they? What do you mean, like the patch? There's a patch, yeah. It would take forever to actually happen. Or what are you referring to, Nightwing? Nightwing. Fall of Ram City. Is anybody actually doing that right now? Nope. Unfortunately. The patch. Yeah, I know. That's the truth, is that who knows when we'll actually see that stuff. And now, I mean, I was kind of happy for C because they would get that patch before NAEU. In fact, I was happy for C. Because C would have been like, haha, in your face, you know, game ago, we have this patch first. I was actually really excited for that, because that's really cool. That C would have had that. And now I just don't think that's going to be a thing, which is really disappointing. I was expecting that. Really weird. By the way, they never fixed this bug. It's just an inverted texture. This is not supposed to be visible, because if you go to the other side, it's a wall. It's been so long and they have not fixed that yet, which is kind of weird, but there you go. Let's play around on the feathered dragon glider. Is plate getting nerfed again? I don't know about that, no internet access. Let me think. Is plate getting nerfed again? Is plate getting... Do we know of anything where plate is getting nerfed? I don't think so. They are changing things so that it doesn't really nerf plate. I don't think there's anything too crazy with plate coming up. I mean, of course, I might be wrong. Who knows? Maybe something else comes out in a year. I don't know the answer to that, honestly. Which maybe there's nothing too crazy coming out, no internet access, but I don't know. It's a good question. Because they really have been, again, pulling the rug from out under us with when it comes to all these different sets. But I don't think they were doing anything else with the sets for quite some time, with all the different types of armor buffs. So I think you're going to be okay for a little bit, at least. Hopefully, by the time they do anything to the armor again, we'll have the ability to once again change to different armors using these armor conversion scrolls. Hopefully. You just heard plate is getting nerfed. I don't know from what. Maybe it is. I don't know. I have to look that up. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the Korean patches and see. You can do that yourself too, in Google, and specifically Google Chrome or the Edge browser, I guess. Edge is, by the way, really good. I've been having fun with it. But anyways, if you go into there and you type in XL Games Archeage patch notes or something, you can go to their websites and automatically translate them using Google or using Microsoft Edge or whatever you want to use for it. But my point is that you can just check them out yourself and see, right? It's not going to be perfect, but at least you'd get it for yourself and you'd actually understand, because you saw it with your own eyes. And then, to be fair, anything that happens in Korea doesn't necessarily have to come that way to our version, right? They might change it before it actually does. So keep that in mind too, right? Nothing's actually final, and who knows what year we'll actually get those patches too. Not Ming, one more question. For Mage, what's the reason to go cloth compared to leather? So, the big reason people go cloth, the main big reason, for that I have to go drop back down, is that cloth has a 20% reduction to... Oh, I seem to have fallen into an imprison. I didn't intend this. And neither of these people have cloth. Oh, there. So cloth has a 20% reduction to all debuffs. So any debuffs that you get hit by, especially by player debuffs, their actual duration will be 20% less on you, which is really good, actually. So it keeps you out of crowd control effects really, really well. In fact, later on they buff this, and they make it so that not only is it 20% duration to all debuff reduction, but silence is actually 30%. So the silence duration reduction is 30%. And maybe it's a little different than what I'm saying, but my point is that a lot of people go cloth because what they'll do is they'll get this debuff, or they'll get this buff, right, which lets them survive a little better. And then in addition to that, if they want to be more survivable against physical damage, they'll use a shield that is physical damage, right? physical damage resistance. So they'll still get a little bit of physical defense from there. Or the bigger deal is because of the shield, now they have block rate, and they'll use block rate, parry, and evasion in order to stop themselves from dying to at least melees, right? And then the block rate is good against the archers too. So there's still a lot more damage mitigation against the physical damage you might receive, and so people just go cloth to compensate for that, and they'll get the extra decrease in all debuffs as well. So a lot of people do go leather though, and the main reason for that, I think, and I don't really know why to be honest, but I think the main reason for leather is because of the you get more damage out of it. So cloth actually gets less damage from their buff. So like a legendary cloth armor set, here it gives like 9% more damage. However, a legendary leather set gives 10.9, so about 2% more. So a lot of people will go leather or plate with, leather specifically I believe does more damage. So they'll go leather because they want to pump up damage as much as humanly possible, even so far as to sacrifice 20% debuff duration just for 2% more damage at legendary, right? So a lot of people will do that too. That's kind of why you see some people in leather, not main. Hopefully that gives you some idea of what's going on there, and answers your question too. Sorry if the stream is a little bit unclear, since I'm using Crisp at the moment because I've got the air conditioner blasting, and I don't want you guys having to deal with that. So the quality of my voice is quite a bit lower than when I turn off Crisp. But hopefully everything is still audible and just fine, and everything is good. You guys can hear everything. And there's some value out of the stream, hopefully. Again, if there's anybody with any questions about Archeage and stuff, or you're trying to like theorycraft a build, or you're just trying to figure out some stuff to do, or whatever, please feel free to ask. If there's any questions you might think is a noob question, those are extremely encouraged to ask in this particular stream, because that's what we do here, is we help people out, and also there really isn't any noob questions in Archeage, considering just how ridiculously complex this game is. So if you're ever lost on something, don't worry, other people have been lost in that thing as well. And to put something in perspective here, and not meaning this is going to help you as well if you don't know it already, but for 7 years people have played Archeage, and I'd say about 95% of this population had no idea that if you attack someone and do damage to someone who is on a lower height than you, like if I'm hitting someone with range who's down there, you actually do bonus damage, just based on the actual absolute value difference of the height. And the bonus damage is quite a bit. In fact, it's linear. So the higher up you are, the more damage you do. It's a linear progression. It's not exponential, it doesn't curve off, it's just linear. The higher you are, the more damage you do. So for 7 years, this game has been out, and even the Koreans were baffled when we figured this out and put it out on Reddit. And the Koreans started being like, how the hell did we not know this for 7 years? That's impossible. And yet, it's true. In their region, they tested it, it's the exact same thing. Russia tested it, same thing. This has been around apparently forever. But the point is, this game is so complicated that we missed the most obvious thing in the universe. It's literally been under our nose the entire time. It's just we never understood it. We never thought about it. No one has ever actually tested it. And that is crazy, but it also shows the potential of Archeage and how much we actually do not know about this game. And a lot of people made fun of that and said, the devs don't know that either, probably, because they've probably been rotated so many times, devs don't even know that's in the game. It's probably true, actually. I wouldn't be surprised. Probably the only person who remembers that being a thing is Jake Song, who's like, probably giggling under his breath, they didn't know this whole time that the Halsey Hill was that powerful. But the truth is that now we know, and hopefully that encourages people to start to try to learn more stuff and try to identify more mechanics that people don't know. Because that stuff is really cool, and the fact that Archeage is that complicated that we don't even understand something for 7 years is probably the most unique thing in the universe. And I'll be honest, me and Aduka, who had originally brought this up in the Research and Development Discord, and then everybody else who helped test it, the fact that we were able to bring this to the board and say, hey, this is a thing, for an MMO that's 7 years old, that most people had no idea about, is actually a really good feeling. It's a really good feeling to be like, yep, we discovered something new in an MMO that's been out for 7 years. It's a good feeling, actually. And so hopefully it encourages more people to start exploring mechanics and understanding things. Because there's so much out there that people just don't know. And it starts with people asking questions and trying to learn and trying to figure things out. And now that people know that height does give a damage bonus, And it's like the easiest test in the world. Anybody can do it with anybody else. You don't even need anybody else. You can just go up to any target dummy and jump, or go up a staircase or something. But anyways, the fact that people know this now means that people are gonna, hopefully... Sorry, I actually need water, but it's not even next to me, so give me a sec. Anyways, the fact that people know this means that hopefully people will actually start thinking about positioning even more, right? Positioning has always been really important in Archeage. Where you are versus where your opponent is a big deal, because especially for archers, it might make a difference in your damage, or it might make a difference in what can hit you versus what can't hit you. And now it also makes a difference in how much damage you actually do to somebody. And especially in the water, if you're extremely up higher than somebody else who's much deeper in the water, you are just going to just do so much damage to them from above, whereas they just do the regular damage to you because they're hitting you from below. So, some really cool things in Archeage. I hope that this all helps kind of encourage people to learn more and try new things. And that's why I love the game so much, honestly, because the mechanics are just so invisible and are really, really hard to identify. Alright, cool. Good speech. Never know these things. There's a lot of things. I don't even know where to begin. I wish we had a wiki, because if we had an actual wiki, we could go to it, like an official wiki, and post all the things, and people can learn about it all, and actually feel really good about themselves in the game, and start to try to think about them, right, and try to understand more. We don't really have any official wiki. I don't want to post on some random wiki that's not going to matter, that nobody even uses anyways, because it's so out of date. I want to post on an official wiki, because we know it's in date, or at least is actively being, thought about, and it's actually active from in-game, that isn't just broken. That's what I want. And then I can just lob all this, all this crap up there, and people can learn on their own, and figure things out, and try to learn more, and discover more. But yeah, it's true. Most people still don't know these things, and one Reddit post isn't going to solve anything. Yes, I made YouTube videos. Those YouTube videos are not going to be found if someone is not searching height damage Archeage, If someone in YouTube is not searching height damage Archeage, they're not going to find it. So unless you know what you're looking for on YouTube, you're not even going to know about its existence. My point is, these are really cool things that, because I put out a Reddit post, and because I made a YouTube video about it, right now people know about it. But already you start seeing people have, the Reddit post is long gone, right? The Reddit post it's 2 months old. It's way low. It's too low. Nobody sees it anymore. And so it's already kind of, people are not getting this information again. And there needs to be a centralized source where we can say, yes, this is a thing. And Excel isn't putting it on their wiki, so we better put it on one, We better put it somewhere. Some collection of all the different mechanics. I'll give you guys another one. I talk about this one on the stream a lot, because it's a really cool one a lot of people don't know, and I've never actually put it out on like a YouTube or Reddit thing. But another mechanic people don't know about is... So if you're hitting people with Hellspear, and Hellspear has a maximum of 8 targets, but there's 9 targets to hit, which 8 targets get hit? Right? This is kind of a big deal, actually, in big raid versus raid stuff, but the answer to the question isn't distance. The answer to the question has nothing to do with that. It is whoever loaded into your game client first. So if on your screen there are 9 people around you and you use Hellspear, the first 8 people in that Hellspear radius who were loaded into your game client first will be the targets actually hit by it. And that's a big deal, because it means that healers, or people who need to, not die, can run into a battle late, and if they're hugging other targets and hugging people in a clump of their allies, there's a less chance of them getting hit by some CCs that have a limited amount of people that those CCs would hit. But on top of that, let's also give another thing away that people generally don't know. But if you have an ability that hits more than 8 targets, and it's specifically 8, if you have any ability that hits more than 8 targets, for example, Whirlwind Slash, God's Whip, Meteor Strike, these are all abilities that hit more than 8 targets. In fact, I believe they actually do have a cap of 20, so they'll only hit up to 20 targets. However, if you have any ability that does hit over 8 targets, the moment it hits over 8 targets, the moment there's a 9th person in there, every single person that gets hit by it will take 50% less damage. And it's actually more like 46 or something. They'll take significantly less damage. So if you've ever used a meteor on a single target and it just kills them, but you've noticed that when you try to meteor a target of like 20 people clumped together and nobody dies, this is why. Because the game is literally saying, oh, this calculation is done on more than 8 people, let's significantly lower the damage value of it. And this is also why having pets and mounts out at all times in Raid vs. Raid is really, really good, because having those pets and mounts become extra targets and soak up, you know, Hellspear shots, or soak up the CC, or soak up the damage, is really, really important. And people don't really value that, right? In Halsey, people forget to take out their pets and their mounts, but it is actually quite a bit of a difference. Don't despawn your mount when you're in battle, unless you really only have 1 or 2 mounts. Then okay, maybe you don't want that mount to die. But my point is that generally, you want to keep these things out because they help soak up damage, they help soak up crowd control, they help make it so that your team takes less damage in giant clumps, and they're actually really good, right? So, I mean, like my point with all this is that, again, most people don't know these things, right? Because there's no accessible source for it unless you go and you test it yourself. And these are not easy tests. The height difference one is an easy test, and people still couldn't figure that out for 7 years. Myself included, right, until recently. So how people are going to figure out this other stuff that I was just talking about is just, it's not going to happen, right? So to have some kind of a centralized wiki would be really nice, and I've been pushing for that a lot lately, and I hope it happens, but, you know, we'll see. Alright. Cool. Went over so many cool things. Should I highlight this whole segment and just throw it up there, and then maybe people have some place to have cool random mechanics of Archeage? Is that a worthwhile highlight? I don't really know. I'd rather put it out in some better way than random mechanics. I don't want to do it in a Reddit post. Honestly, the Reddit posts, they don't work. They tell people about something for 2 weeks, and then the Reddit post is gone, it's too low, and everybody forgets, right? People probably already don't even talk about height difference anymore, even though it's actually still a big deal. I've already forgotten, so I don't know, man. I want something more strict that will actually be here for a long time. Alright, I'm just jumping around at this point. I'm gonna go eat dinner, guys. Hopefully this has been entertaining and such. Again, if you like the stream, please go ahead and follow the channel so that you'll know when I go live. I stream quite randomly, usually on the weekends or during the week if I actually find any time. Tomorrow I will not be streaming. We've got a lot of stuff going on. You know, it's Father's Day, so we've got a lot of things happening. So I'll try to stream again during the week if I can find any time after work. But we'll see. I think this week should be a little bit lighter with stuff going on, so I should find some time in the afternoons. Alrighty, I'm done. Guys, I appreciate everybody. Not me, thanks for following. Thanks everybody else for sticking around and chilling with us. And I will see you all next time, whenever that is. Thanks everybody, good day.